Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. I'm Boga's Sweet Factory, and with me as always is my good friend Nick. Nick, say hi. They see you.
Hello!
So beautiful.
See most of my face, which is all my students ever get to see. How are you doing, bud?
I'm doing good, Nick. How are you?
I have two turtles in my tub, which isn't something I told you before the start.
You got your turtles! Is one
I
called
did.
Peaky
Do you know
Two?
what we don't have? We don't have a tank for the turtles, John.
Oh no! What's gonna happen
They
to
didn't-
Peaky and Peaky 2?
They didn't order the tanks, so presently they're living in my tub.
Did they have a name or no?
Right now, the tentative names, before we allow the children to name them, are Soup and Stewart.
Soup and Stewart. Don't
Yeah,
call
it's
them
Turtle Soup and Turtle Stewart. I think my favorite is Stewart.
Stewart, yes. I'll take Stewart. Two turtles in my tub sounds like a total euphemism. It's just like a dump.
Hey, honey, I took two turtles in the tub. I mean, she's about as happy.
Yes.
If anything, she would have probably been happier if I took two turtles to the tub than two living, scaly friends swimming around in our tub that I periodically have to then remove from the tub, put into a crate, scrub the tub so that we don't get salmonella all over the place.
Audio Eric's here. Hi,
Put up
Audio
the
Eric.
tub again. Then, yeah, no, it's complicated. How are you doing, Audio Eric? I need to pull up the...
Today we're gonna play some interactive fiction.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
Audio Eric's asking why you're taking two turtles to the tub.
Because the school wanted to know what I wanted for my room, and I was like, well, you know, maybe... it's on my phone!
Two turtles in the tub will give you a reptile dysfunction.
Indeed. So, the reason I have two turtles in the tub, Audio Eric, is because the school forgot to buy a tank, but they managed to buy twice the number of turtles I wanted.
I have a real question here, Nick.
Literally just one.
And this is one of the strangest questions I think ever. All right, real talk here. Do you live on a very slanted house?
No.
Are you like leaning over? Are you doing this? Like, what is this? What are you doing?
John, do you not remember what my laptop looks like?
I guess it's true. It's so slanted. You're seeing your ceiling.
Yeah, it's because it's a surface, so it is on an angle.
So like you are right now, your posture
So,
must
like-
be difficult.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, my I end up hurting real bad. This diner chair is also trash.
Let's just do this for the stream. Let's just look at Nick and observe his surroundings. Nick gets a feeling of the streamer life, right? We get to observe his surroundings. Let's dissect it. Like, what's with the lamp? That's like from the 80s.
Which lamp? Oh,
Is that a lamp that you touch that turns on?
No, it does not. That is disappointment. We have a lamp over here that's a column.
Oh.
I would turn it around, but folks can see my actual bookshelves. Hello.
There's Nick's bookshelves.
Those are my bookshelves. I take pictures of them for the gram.
The
Very often.
Infocom, interactive fiction, NICK.
Yeah, there's presently a couple things of yarn in one of them because Sabrina's trying to keep it away from the cat.
Audio Eric likes the dinos above the door. I like that. It's good.
Oh
good
yeah.
touch.
Well, there's a dino. There's dinos above the door, but there's also one.
I see those. I see that over there.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Because this used to be my biology classroom, John.
I know.
So
It's beautiful.
I used to have the dinos for the kids, and then I was like, well, really, the dinos are for me.
They only get to see you once a week, Nick. We gotta just milk this for as much as we can right now.
Oh yeah.
And your beautiful audio too. It's a delight. Your microphone is very sexy.
1 second. I'm gonna go get a cat. It's gonna be a cat
Yes,
stream.
go get a cat. Go get cats.
Hello,
And Lip
kitties.
wants to know what's in the glass too. Nick, you have a belly. So folks. Oh wow, he got a cat very quickly.
This big fat. I can't hear anything you're saying, John. This big fat lunk is Lou. His real name is Barley.
You mean Nick? Nick's a big fat lunk because we love him.
Yes. I'm Barley. This is Nick.
Yes.
boy.
Aww.
I love him.
Aww. So cute.
Out. This one. This angry, evil daimon of a cat. That's Fennel.
Hi, Fennel. I know fennel, guys. You guys.
Hi. Who's not happy? Is it? Whoa. It was very graceful. Yeah.
The cough is still there. I still have a cough. What's in the glass? Lip wants to know what's in the glass.
Don't ask.
Don't ask. No, Lip wants to know. Lip's a drinker.
Oh, by the way, do you recognize the?
Oh yes. What does that say for everybody? They can't really see what it says.
It says it's not really drinking alone if the cat is home.
That was our gift to you, Nick. Our parting gift.
Yes, I appreciated it.
Yeah.
So, Lip, it is not any booze I'm proud of. It is Svetka that I
Svetka.
threw some juniper berries in because my friends got me a gin making kit, but obviously a gin making kit is not a replacement for the real thing. And then I tossed in some soda water. So it's ginned up gin with soda water.
You're just gin and soda water. It's interesting. I don't know what that tastes like. I don't know what that is.
Imagine having a pine tree, but it sparkles in your mouth.
Lip says I did try gin for the first time last weekend. Very juniper.
I'm pro the juniper. Juniper is my friend. Why hasn't Twitch gotten the news on the app that you are live?
It never does. It never does. Never does. It has never, in my entire almost 10 years of doing this, it has never gotten it right. Folks,
okay, there we are.
Okay, folks, what are we doing, Nick? Do you know what we're doing?
We're about to play a thing involving islands.
So the 2021.
Oh, wait. This is just like the podcast, John, where you ask me what a thing is, and then I give a very reductive and not terribly helpful description, and then
we have to cut while you look it up, and then we have to cut back. Yeah.
Oh no, we normally just wait for you to give the long answer.
This is true. Hi, folks. I just unplugged my headphones. Hold on, I can't hear Nick. Nick, insult me while I can't hear you.
You have a beautiful marbled head, and I love you.
Oh, thank you.
I could have made fun of you, but I instead
You're
only a little bit.
Far too sweet, my friend. Listen, folks, we're good. 2021 Interactive Fiction Competition, ifcompetition.org, ifcomp.org, has just finally released all the entrants to their competition to be judged all the way up until the middle of November. And our goal for Interactive Fiction Friday is to go through all of them, all 70 plus. So,
yes.
It's a lot.
Probably not today.
No.
Unless we decide that, 90% of them are garbage and we don't finish.
Okay, Nick, we're going to have to set some ground rules here.
I know.
Because some people may be pouring their heart and soul into these. There's some very personal entrants.
Indeed.
We have to not judge them so harshly or judge them so critically, because in the end, these are fans. Most of these people are just fans of the genre, and it's very amateur. Not always the case. There are a lot of people who also get into this and are trying to get their leg into the video game industry, or who do it professionally and just do this as a side thing. I mean, there is a prize pool of over $8,000 for winners.
Indeed.
So there's a lot on the line for some people. And what does your shirt say?
It was provided to me by my department chair.
Yeah?
And we all wore it on the first day of school.
What does it say?
It says STEM Squad.
STEM Squad.
Because despite my having a degree in archaeology, I am the biology teacher at this school.
I see. It makes a lot of sense.
I did study weed ecology and plant morphology.
Lip
so
says,
it sort of makes sense.
I mean, the Tommy Wiseau movie, The Room, was a very personal project, too. Yeah. Nick watched that movie when he stayed with us for the very first time. We have it on DVD.
I didn't anticipate 10 minutes of sex before we got to an actual film.
Did we even get to an actual film, Nick?
I mean, one could argue. But I just love that, at first I'm like, y'all tricked me into watching softcore porn with you. This is I'm just gonna watch a guy screw a lady's navel for an hour. That's what's
Audio
about to happen.
Eric, it is a must-see. Audio Eric. You know what?
Well-
You know what? Maybe we'll do a movie night on Discord where we will watch The Room, have it on DVD. We will watch that movie and just lose our minds. It's so good.
I've also even though I've spoiled, I think, the most important plot point in the entire story.
Yeah.
That Tommy Wiseau has sex with a navel.
Oh, there's belly button humping. Don't worry. Audio Eric, you must understand that the movie is... It doesn't stop. There's never a moment where you're like, okay, this is the slow part of the movie. It's wild. The whole way through.
It doesn't stop, and it also doesn't want to be put in a box, John.
It's not put in a box.
You can't put that baby in a box. It's all out of the box.
And it's like Troll 2. It can't be expressed in words. And it only takes place in like 2 locations. The room and not the room. It's like how they
Wait a second. Is not the room including the rooftop? Is that not the room?
Yeah, it's insane. There's a rooftop, there's a bedroom, there's a living room, and then the rest.
Yeah. If at any point you're wondering why it's called The Room, and you're like, is it just because it's shot primarily in this one room? The answer is yes.
Yeah, when not in the room,
that is the reason.
There's often football in tuxedos. Can we even call it football, Lip?
Unless you've seen the deleted scenes where it's basketball.
Yes, this is also... Well, there might be some... Wait, no, they don't do the alley scene in the actual movie, do they?
No, because the alley scene happens on the rooftop.
Yeah, it changed. Yeah, I don't know.
changed
It's a
it.
mess. It's a mess. All right, Nick, let's get into interactive fiction. What is this madness right now? What are we doing here? What is the point?
I think ever since I started teaching, the chaos energy that I bring has been very derailing.
I love it, Nick. I love it. It adds je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi. That's arguably my favorite French phrase. It just means I don't know what.
I love nuage de la poipe.
It is one of the least committal phrases in French.
The purple cloud.
Are they still seeing my face? Is it still working?
Yes, it's still working.
Oh my lord!
Oh.
We just had to threaten Discord with Zoom.
Oh.
Oh, is it cutting out?
Oh, it's okay. We're fine right now. Let's just see how it goes. All right, Nick.
All right.
We're starting the first entry. We're doing this in an alphabetical order. So the first one is 4x4 Archipelago. Nick,
so I am writing this down in my notes.
I have the voting thing set up as well right now, so it's easy for us to...
we were talking about while I was driving from work at 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah, well, no, it'll be simple. It's fine.
All right. So adventure awaits ye in a procedurally generated archipelago. Discover strange new lands. Make a fortune from trading. Swing a really big sword at a dragon. Wait, will I get to melt a glacier? If I don't get to melt a glacier, I will be upset.
I don't know. We'll fight wild beasts or turn them into your allies. Meet the puffins if you're really lucky. With dozens of possible enemies, quests, and items, no 2 visits to the archipelago are the same. I don't know what to expect here. This is my first time ever doing any of this, ever. So this is our first... I've had one modern interactive fiction I've ever played. So this is different. Also, we get to see what's all in Nick's quick bar. Digital Seed Atlas.
I mean, do we want to...
How much Grammarly costs?
Why can't it be reached? Did they change? No!
You've been kicked out, Nick, of the Digital Seed Atlas.
That's possible.
I'm sorry.
We have Loeb Classical Library. We have that.
How much grammar does it take to sail a boat?
Indeed. And then we have that.
Archaeobotanica. Database Republiki.
Yeah, it's a Czech archaeobotanical database.
Great.
Just to prove that at one point I did research. Anyway, let's run the game.
All right.
All right, so this is the story of Terrace, the frontier trader, and the search for the treasure of the Four Kingdoms.
Now re-roll class and objective. I want to see what changes here.
This is the story of Thane the Barbarian and the lost relics of the
Ooh,
Tragic Queen.
okay.
How about this, John? How about we do a couple iterations of this? So let's see if folks are happy with this, or if we should.
Let's do. Hold on. Let's re-roll 2 more times, and that second one is the one we stick. But let's see what the next one is, and then the other one is what we stick.
Okay, so this is the story of Letho, the Tinkerer, and the quest to dispel the ancient magic of Heavenly Spire.
Okay, what's the next one? Let's just go random here. Let's see what we get.
This is the story of Ivan the Traveling Merchant and the quest to dispel the ancient magic of Heavenly Spire.
Let's do it.
Ooh. Oh, John, we found. Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Whoa.
We got some reading to do, John.
This is interesting.
Do you want to start?
We got skills. We got charisma and trading. We have EXP. Oh my god, we might do this all night. You are Ivan, an enterprising traveling merchant. You sail the archipelago in your small boat, buying and selling wares. You know very well when to haggle for better prices, and when to be charming, to win over customers or gain skilled allies who may help you on your travels. You're also somewhat adventurous, and not afraid to take a risk for a potential gain. You start with level 1 trading and charisma skills. You have 500 pieces of silver, a small health potion, a vial of bottled mist, and 2x luxury items. Trading goods.
All right.
You can read it. Go for it.
Well, I was gonna ask because you said that they wanted us to.
Oh, let me see the rules on the rules. Hold on. There's rules for this.
All right. So while you bring up the rules, I can keep reading.
Yes.
Okay. You've been longing for a great adventure for some time. Something that'll make your name go down.
Make my name, Nick.
Recently, unexplained phenomena started. Oh, Jesus, it's like my class. Unexplained phenomena started occurring in the archipelago that immediately got your attention. First, a mighty earthquake in the ocean shook Skull Island. Then sailors started reporting bizarre weather incidents, red clouds raining fire on their ships, and stifling green mist appearing out of nowhere. Apparently, these dangerous phenomena are getting more and more common.
Ooh.
Numerous ships have already been lost because of them. Scholars of the archipelago started researching the matter, but so far they failed to provide an explanation. However, you learned some interesting things about the recent events from a merchant's ship crew, which you sold some goods to. The sailors told you how during their last voyage, black snow started falling from the sky. That's a bad sign. Even though they were sailing the warm waters in the south of the archipelago. The snow was oily and unpleasant to the touch and did not melt. Later that day, they discovered much of the food of their ship and inexplicably went rotten. Captain thought some evil wizard put a curse on us. But our doctor, he's a learned fellow, had another theory, said one of the ship's officers. He said something about a heavenly spire. What voice am I doing now? A tower which could fly in the sky.
Great voices. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 would not do that again.
Hi, Mojito, by the way.
What was that?
Hi, Mojito.
Oh, hello. We are attempting to, I guess. Is that our mission, to save the world?
We don't know yet.
I mean, I'm Ivan the Traveling Merchant. I don't think there's been a merchant class in history that's given a crap about the state of the world, except for as far as it concerns the sale of their goods. Anyway, what were we doing?
He said something about a heavenly spire, a tower which could fly in the sky. It was built long ago by mages.
Yes, it was built long ago by mages, and they used to control the weather as well, as if we sailors didn't have enough trouble without crazy wizards messing around. The doctor said that the tower fell apart and sunk into the ocean many centuries ago, but that big earthquake might have somehow woken up its magic. I hope he's wrong, but I saw that black snow with my very own eyes, and something was definitely causing it to fall. Do you want to go ahead and read the rest?
If what you've learned is true, the whole archipelago may be in danger. Someone needs to locate the heavenly spire and stop whatever magic is causing the weather to go crazy. The person who achieves this will surely be hailed as a great adventurer and a hero. You decide to investigate the matter. You could start by visiting Skull Island and asking about the earthquake. You could also sail to Wind Hill Island. There you can stock up on resources required on an adventure. Maybe ask the Academy's scholars if they know anything about the spire. Or you could just head wherever the winds take you and see what you discover.
So select your first travel destination, click the island name or the image above the travel map. You can visit any island right away, even the undiscovered ones marked on the map.
Question marks.
What was that?
Hold on. Shh. Did you hear that, Nick? There was a faint tropical breeze that wafted into the cavern of the stream. Did you hear it?
I did not hear it.
It sounded like the heavenly trumpets, blaring out their ethereal chorus, as if the winged beings descended, flapping wings about, feathers softly falling on one's bosom cheeks. Heaven. Yes, truly magnificent. It could only be the Earl of Chesterwick.
Oh, is that what? Oh, that's not what I thought you were going with.
Okay, so the islands that we can go to are what? Skull Island, Windhill Island, or
we can go to any of them.
Oh, let's go to Windhill Island. I don't care about the earthquakes. I want to talk to some stuff about black snow.
Well, so Skull Island is the source of the black snow. So our known choices are Windhill Island, where we can stock up on supplies and maybe get some academic know-how, or Skull Island, which is just the where the bad things are happening.
Nick, we are traders by nature. Talked also about getting some supplies for an adventure. I think the Windhill Island is the way we gotta go.
Oh.
Your journey is uneventful. Travel to your destination. It's the path there is uneventful. Mike, how's it going?
You approach Windhill Island. Land on the shore. All right. So the area around this island is known for harsh winds, which make sailing close to the rocky coast dangerous. Most of the island is covered with ancient forests, but the trees are far shorter than elsewhere in the Archipelago.
Archipelago.
Leave me alone.
Archipelago.
You're right. It's a horrible skin condition. And they all lean in the direction the wind usually blows. The island's main town is built on a flat hill where no trees grow. Nothing protects it from the wind, but most locals don't seem to mind. The port town on the Windhill Island is the Archipelago's main trade harbor and home to a large market where one can buy and sell almost any wares. The famed Academy, home to scholars and mages, is located near the market. It teaches various courses as well as magic spells. Another important place in the town is the Hunters Guild, where experienced beast hunters come looking for work.
Okay.
So, do we want to go to the Great Market?
Lip wants to know why Archipelago is treated like a proper noun on there. I think because this is called 4x4 Archipelago.
Yeah. I think it is. The name of the archipelago is Archipelago.
The Academy is a dangerous place. Am I right, Nick?
Indeed.
All right. So let's visit the Academy first.
All right. So the Academy is a large complex of buildings. Its spires tower over the city, and in its shaded courtyards, groups of scholars hold learned conversations. I feel like that's the only time learned is awkward, isn't it?
What?
Learned conversation sounds weird.
Learned. The rhythm is better when you say learned conversations.
When you're using learned as an adjective, it feels better to say learned.
Learned, yeah. Because learned, it's like discerned, right?
All right. So far, my rating for this game is 1 learned out of 10.
1 learned out of 10. How many more learneds can we learn?
I have no idea.
Can you discern the learn?
So the central building connects to all other parts of the complex. Why don't you go ahead and read, John?
Near the entrance, visitors are greeted by the Wall of Patrons, where names of people donating to the Academy are immortalized. In the main hall, you pass by a large pigeon with iridescent plumage, carrying a sealed leather tube. The Academy has the biggest collection of books in the entire archipelago. It's filled with tomes of knowledge, explorers' notes, legends, and poems, but only Academy members can enter and browse the collection. In the corner of the main hall, a woman in gilded spectacles resides behind a large desk. Various adventurous-looking types approach to talk with her. They call her the Keeper of the Stories. In the halls of knowledge, students learn various skills from the Academy scholars. Everyone can take a course of their choosing if they have enough money and learning capabilities. The Tower of Magic is the place of arcane studies. There, mages of the Academy conduct their experiments and test out their spells. They're willing to teach spells to fellow magic users for a small amount of silver.
Do you want to join the academy?
What's our other choices?
We can join the academy. We can go to the library. We can talk to the Keeper of the Stories. We can go to the Halls of Learning. We can go to the Tower of Magic. We can donate silver to the academy. We can ask about the Heavenly Spire.
Let's talk to the Keeper of Stories. I don't know if we need to join the Academy because we're not learning any magic here. We want to learn about the information about what's going on.
All right. I think I have this one. The Keeper of the Stories notices you.
Give us a good voice.
Come closer. I'm ready.
You look like a seasoned traveler,
She says.
the Academy could use your services. Allow me to explain. I'm the newly appointed Keeper of the Stories, responsible for the folklore branch of the library, which was only recently founded. For centuries, we were neglecting legends and folk stories, regarding them as mere trifles, and focusing on more serious matters. I believe that approach was wrong and pointed that out to my learned colleagues. They agreed and let me take up the responsibility of adding the tales of the Archipelago to our archives. But naturally, I have no time to travel looking for tales, nor do I want to sit in dingy taverns listening to drunk individuals. That is why I'm willing to pay a handsome reward, 300 pieces of silver, mind you, for any new tale. If you hear any local legends while traveling across the Archipelago, do come and report them to me.
Cool. Tails, money. Got it. Back.
I thought that was a really good voice.
That was a great voice, Nick. It was beautiful, actually. It was probably one of the most sensual voices I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear in bed.
Hello!
Presidency, Governor.
I'm a good girl, I am.
Have you seen?
Ask about the Heavenly
My Fair
Spire.
Lady?
Ask about the Heavenly Spire. That's an option. Let's do that.
Have you seen My Fair Lady?
I have not.
With Audrey Hepburn.
I got this one, Nick.
It's a wonderful.
You ask the scholars around the Academy about the Heavenly Spire. Many are interested in the ancient tower, and some believe it is responsible for the recent bizarre weather phenomenon. The Heavenly Spire was the pinnacle of ancient magic arts, one scholar tells you. A magnificent tower which could float in the sky and fly all over the archipelago thanks to the machinery inside it. But the old records say that the builders of the spire became full of hubris. They wanted to increase its power more and more, just for power's sake. They dreamed about controlling the weather, so they tried to modify the machine. The court records say they wanted to save ships from storms and crops from drought, but their experiment didn't go according to plan. The machinery malfunctioned, creating dangerous and bizarre weather phenomena which killed most of the tower's inhabitants. The remaining few managed to stop the machine, but it also stopped the power holding the spire in the air, and so the tower plummeted into the ocean, where its remains have been resting ever since. That is, unless it's reappeared just now, and it's causing the weather chaos.
Hey, boo boo.
Laputa reference, obviously. Lip, I have no idea. Explain to me, Laputa. I don't know what this is.
I thought you were going for a Yogi the Bear.
I was thinking La Quinta.
And the Santa Maria?
Yes, the Nina, La Quinta, and the Santa Maria.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Laputa.
Laputa, Laputa, La Quinta, and the Santa Maria. And the Santa Claus.
Hakuna Laputa. What a wonderful
Laputa,
phrase.
La Quinta, and the Santa Claus.
Oh my god, cats. Really?
What's happening? What's wrong with your cats?
They just pulled over the whole litter box and
Laputa-
dumped it on the ground.
Hey, that's not my problem. Laputa is a flying island described in the 1726 book Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift. It is about 4.5 miles in diameter with an adamantine base, which its inhabitants can maneuver in any direction using magnetic levitation. I like it. Hey,
Just I don't know what to do. There's just now cat litter all over my floor.
can't do anything about it. We got a stream,
Well-
Nick. Let's just go. Just cat litter everywhere.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
All right, well,
Let's leave now. We've learned about the Heavenly Spire. Clearly somebody has brought it back to life. Let's go back to town.
return to town. Let's go to the Great Market at Windhill Island. You visit the Great Market on Windhill Island. The market is noisy and crowded. Goods from all over the Archipelago are being traded. People are chatting, haggling, and buying food at a street stall.
Buy and sell items. Or sell trade goods. Sell trade goods.
Sell trade goods. Presently, we have 2 luxury items, which we can sell for $4.95.
Let's do it. Sell another one. Roll it in the dough. Return to the entrance. Buy and sell items. Let's see what we can get.
So we can get some health potions.
No.
We can get a small one. We can get bottled mist.
Ooh.
And that seems to be literally it.
We have a bottled mist.
No. I see. Those are owned rather than I understand.
Yeah.
I get it.
Let's
want
get
bottled thunder.
Let's get a bottled explosion, and then we're gonna go to the tavern and see if we can recruit some people.
Okay. You don't want an icy salve?
What? It's not gonna be icy. It's gonna be.
Really?
Wait, you bought it? Okay, good. Hold on. It's gonna be dark goo stuff.
Your dark goo stuff. Oh, that was just consumables.
Oh, weapons. We need something. Oh wow. Okay.
We get a knife.
Knife, please.
Let's get a knife and try to flip it later.
Let's buy a knife. All right. What are other
Armor.
items? Others. I want to see what the others are.
I want to see what the others are. We can get a lantern, and we can't afford anything else.
Wow.
But it's a beautiful craft.
Mike says, this is impressive what people can do with twine. Is this a twine? Let me tell you. I'll tell you if it's in twine. This was made in twine. Yes, it was. Wow. Impressive indeed.
Yes.
All right, let's go to the tavern and talk to some folks.
Return to the market.
Mojito asks if you could replay an old game as a brand new experience, what game would it be? For me, that would be... This is a very tough question, Mojito.
Going to the inn?
Yes. It's tough for me, Mojito, because I approach stuff. Oh, chat with the locals and record their stories too, so we can get those and sell those to the lady.
At the inn at Windhill Island, you meet a weary traveler, suspicious at first. He warms towards you after you've talked for a while and tells you about Salt Mist Island.
It's a rocky island I visited many times,
Says the traveler. You ask the man for more information about Salt Mist Island. He thinks for a moment, then replies,
I've heard many tales about the dungeons of Salt Mist Island, but I've never ventured there. If you do, you will have to fight, and I'm no fighter. Salt Mist Island was added to your map in June.
We're never going to Salt Mist Island. No. But it's tough. It's tough for me to pick a game that I could replay for a brand new experience, mostly because I typically approach these things still with brand new eyes, regardless of how many times I've played them, and I get hyped about them no matter what. I would probably say the game that gave me... And it's also tough because I experienced a lot of these things when I'm younger. And so, like, if I were to pick one that I love, like something like Magic Knight Rayearth on the Saturn, experience it and now would not have the same impact as it did teenage me. So I would say... Oh, that's so hard because also there's a lot of them that I would love to re-experience but are dead because of the multiplayer state of things. So I would pick...
Kiss the game, John.
Oh my gosh. Is it really going to be like something I played this year?
Kiss the game, John. I don't know why I'm hearing kiss the girl.
Kiss
from,
the girl. Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. Mike says, I have the same issue as Bogus, where I have lots of great memories of these older games I don't want to lose. I think my answer is just Loom, because I played it for the first time last year and loved it so much. Mine would be Outer Wilds, then. The Outer Wilds, maybe the greatest game I've ever played. And the DLC launched just like 2 days ago.
Oh, so you can sort of play it like it's new.
Socrates need to play the DLC. Yeah, exactly. There's my answer. Outer Wilds, because that's the space. Well, it's not to be confused with Outer Worlds. Outer Wilds, different. Outer Worlds is from like the folks who did Fallout New Vegas and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. The DLC is not standalone, I don't believe, but I'm not entirely sure, Mike. I'm not entirely sure.
No.
Outer Wilds is the adventure game. Sorry, Nick. I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry?
Because you're just sitting there while I'm
That's fine.
waxing poetic.
I mean, I would offer my contribution, except for I haven't played any old games, so it's basically as if they're all new.
I'm looking at chat, and I've lost all control of my body.
Why?
I don't know.
What's happening?
Okay, let's go.
Anyway,
on.
so I sat down, John, and I talked to some folks, and at first they weren't willing to tell me anything, but then I got them drunk, and I was nice, and they were like, you know what? Sing me a song, you're the piano man. Sing me a song tonight. And then over some drinks, they had a memory, and
we have to
all
talk
right.
to this hermit.
Yes. So there's an old hermit on Wind Hill Island who's so emaciated he got carried away by the wind. He spent weeks high in the clouds where he saw many wonderful things before the wind dropped him back in front of his hut. I am curious if that counts as a story.
Well, I think that is worth seeing if now we can see the hermit. Can we find the hermit?
Let us explore the island.
Yes.
You set off to explore the wilderness of... Oh, Jesus.
We're gonna die right off. We didn't even equip our weapon. We didn't equip our knife. Can you do that? Hit inventory, quick.
Inventory.
Weapons.
Weapons.
Knife.
Knife. Equipped. Well, we do have a bottle of
Oh,
explosions.
no. Close inventory. Close inventory.
We have a bottle of explosions.
Fight.
Fight. A troll appears, roaring angrily. You are caught by surprise. The troll throws a heavy rock at you, dealing 12 damage. Is there a run?
Diplomacy.
Try to escape.
Diplomacy.
We can also bribe it. You try to convince the troll to stop fighting, but to no avail. The troll attacks with its claws.
Offer a bribe of 600.
What do we want to bribe it for? Like most of our money?
Yes.
What's our health?
17 of 40.
We're gonna die.
Try to escape.
Yes. Or
No, it's a knife. We did 1 point of damage. Try to escape or bribe, Nick. We have a cooldown of 2 on our attack.
That's dope.
We have to escape.
Try to escape.
Keep trying to escape.
Try to escape.
Keep trying
I
to
think we're
escape.
good.
Bribe
Try to
600.
escape.
Bribe 600. Bribe 600.
That's pretty great. I think I like this game. I think this
Continue.
is a 10 out of 10.
Continue.
Would do again. So.
Okay, so it's exploring the island is just like combat encounters. Visit the academy.
Visit the academy. Do they have like someone to heal us?
No, talk to the lady. Keep her the stories.
Keep her the stories.
Present the tale from
tale.
Windfall Island.
Yay! I'm just horribly maimed.
It's fine. So let's go exploring, Nick.
Okay.
Return to town.
Return to town. We ain't dead, Lip. We ain't dead.
Her dead.
We got knife.
We got knife.
And more importantly, we had silver, which apparently the troll, I'm a little shocked, was down with.
Hey,
He was
look,
down with the
look.
sickness.
That's a lot.
Capitalism.
Let's open the travel map. Travel map.
All right. So we have.
We're not going to Salt
just-
Mist.
I mean, it's that or Skull
Let's
Island.
go to Skull.
Or we can go to a random place.
Let's go to
You
Skull.
want to see what random place?
No, let's go to Skull. Let's go to Skull.
Your journey is uneventful. Travel
Good.
to your destination. Game saved automatically. How do you heal? Why didn't we buy healing potions before we left?
We have a healing potion, Nick. Why aren't you using it?
Yeah, I guess. You didn't tell me to do it. No, I can't do anything that you don't tell me to do.
This is a team. This is a team thing. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm still horrible.
It's fine. Close the inventory.
Why do I always forget that button's there? Land on shore. Skull Island has Kong, who I hear is very...
It is a massive active volcano, Nick, rising from the depths of the sea and surrounded by dangerous shallows and jagged rocks. Nothing grows on the slopes of the fiery mountains. Only a narrow coastal belt of the island has any vegetation. Bones of strange creatures, many of them enormous, can be found around the island. And in the surrounding waters, one giant skull is wedged into a crevasse in the upper slope of the volcano. It's the size of a house and can be seen from a great distance. Even the locals don't know what creature it belongs to or how it ended up in the crevasse. Skull Island is home.
Why crevasse? It's crevice.
Skull Island is home to the fabulously rich man everyone simply calls the Collector. He lives in a big, secluded mansion and rarely accepts visitors, but rumors say he's obsessed with buying rare artifacts. The ancient ruins of Skull Island are infested with horrifying, mindless creatures which locals believe are sentinels left behind by a long-gone empire of wizards.
John?
Earl says you could have rented a room at Windhill Island to restore HP.
Yeah, we could have, probably. John, if I were a rich man...
Very, 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 very bum. All day long I very, very bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Very, 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 very bum. Okay.
All right. So do we want to visit the Collector of Skull Island and hopefully get some cool shit?
Let's check some local rumors first. We're gonna get there, Nick. We need to build up to it here.
Okay, fine. Rumors. I like that we're going with the British spelling. So I'm assuming this is a Brit. Are going around about a poor fisherwoman from a nearby village who fished out a beautiful golden chalice from the ocean a week or so ago. Ooh, interesting. People say her find caught the interest of a local lord, and the woman threw the chalice away so that it didn't fall into the noble's hands.
Oh, okay, continue.
All right.
Let's ask about the earthquake. We can ask about the earthquake.
Yep. You visit different towns and villages on Skull Island, trying to learn more about the earthquake and Heavenly Spire itself. Most people you talk to don't have a lot to say on either of the topics. Some believe the quake was caused by an underwater volcano. Others have heard about the Heavenly Spire and think it might be connected to the earthquake and recent strange weather events.
An earthquake, eh? Oh, that's when you get dirt all over your face.
However, no one knows anything for sure. Then there are those. I really like text-based adventure games. I'm just leaning back and
we're just having a grand old time right now. This is the best of times, Nick.
Yeah.
This is the best of times. It is the worst of times.
Well,
it's the best of times.
Then there are those who don't believe the sailor stories at all. Fiery rains and why is that every voice I do? Fiery rains and strange green mist, someone tells you. Those sea folks sure love making things up. It's not until your third day on Skull Island you learn something concrete. You meet an old man who lives in a quiet little fishing village. When he hears the name Heavenly Spire, he gasps. So you believe that the tower really exists?
I do, old man. Tell me more.
Just like her. Exactly like her.
Who is she, old man? Tell me.
The man tells you that many years ago he found a small bubble.
Bubble?
A strange crystal bell.
The bubble.
With a golden arrow
It's
inside on
frustrating. The bubble. The bubble. It's frustrating. The bubble. The bubble. The bubble. It explodes in your face.
It's my bubble.
It's a bubble.
My bubble.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you wanna read?
Continue, old man. I need to know about this bubble.
Oh, I took it to a maid who lived in town. She looked at it and said it was a magic campus that wizards of old created to guide people towards the flying tower. She said that the tower's name was Heavenly Spire.
Oh, sacre bleu! Heavenly Spire. Tell me more, old man. Tell me more.
And that it collapsed into the sea ages ago. She also believes that the remains of the tower are somewhere near Skull Island.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm crying. The man sighs. A look of sadness briefly appears on his face.
The mage really wanted to find the Heavenly Spire, but said of my campus was broken. She said she learned about an ancient text describing how to repair it, and went to retrieve it, but never came back.
I know where to go.
I believe she died looking for that knowledge, all because I showed her the thing I found.
Ask the man, old man, do you still have the compass? Do you still have the compass? Lives are at stake.
Oh God.
I have it right here.
Oh God. My voice.
Nick, do this for 2 hours. Do this for 4 hours.
I look forward to it.
Welcome to my world. I do this all day.
I mean, I've already talked for 8 hours, John. I beat you every day.
You say this, but I have children. So I'm literally talking every second of every day.
Have you tried to convince 14-year-olds that biology is interesting?
How about trying to convince a 3-year-old to put on their shoes?
I think that's about of equal difficulty. It's on par.
I'll read for you, Nick, okay? But you gotta role play our hero.
I can do this.
Can you?
I can.
I've got it right here.
The man says and puts out a small object wrapped in cloth.
I've kept it all these years. I don't know if the scholar was right. If it really comes down from Heavenly Spire. But on the day of the earthquake, the arrow inside started moving on its own.
Why is it making me tear up, John?
It has stopped since, and the thing is as broken as ever.
It's because it's interactive fiction, Nick. It's getting to your heart right now.
It was connected to that magic tower. The compass must be as well. Here, take it. I don't do anything with it, but you're an adventurer. Maybe you'll be able to fix it, find the tower, and stop the earthquakes and the strange weather.
Nick, I have to say that it's very funny that your lips are hidden by your microphone, so it just looks like you're staring, and we're just listening to like voice acting from the game. Lip says, or pants. Yes, Lip. Oh, the pants. Tragic. My 3-year-old's just like, I want to be naked. I'm like, no, you cannot be naked. We have to go get your sister. I want to be naked. No, we're not. No. Put some damn clothes on, 3-year-old.
Yeah, 3-year-old. Trust me when I say that as an adult, I often would also like to be naked, but I would be arrested if I were. So, put on some dang pants.
We wouldn't know right now, Nick. All we see is beard up, so we would never know. Just do it. Let's go. I'm just gonna take my pants off right now.
Well, at some point, I'm gonna have to.
This is what's happening.
Takes a dookie on my floor.
Took my belt off.
Anyway, he unwraps the cloth and gives you the compass, which looks like a crystal ball the size of your fist. It must be very sturdy. Seriously, Lou, I will attack you.
Hold on.
Oh, what are you doing? Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Getting ready for war, Nick.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't work very well, but you know.
Do you do the same move on Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Oh,
it didn't work.
Yeah. I appreciate seeing myself pull the camera up to my eyes so that
keep
I can
talking. Nobody explodes.
Face. What? Is this a hostage situation now?
Yes, the belt removal is a Thanksgiving tradition.
It is indeed. Would you like to pick this up, or no? He talks again.
Yeah.
The scholar who wanted to repair, eat, believed the knowledge required to do some lies deep inside a dungeon.
Nick, we only have 1 more hour before we have to judge this game.
The old man adds, I'm afraid she went there and perished. If you decide to search for that ancient text, please be careful. I don't want to send another person to their death.
I swear, my forefathers, old man, I will not die, and I will be cautious, and I will save the day, and I will find out the truth of that Papal.
That's good to hear,
He says. That's how the French end their words, with an ah. Yeah.
Yes.
Incroyable.
Incredible. I hope you'll find what you're looking for. Though I'm not sure anyone will be able to repair that compass, even with the help of ancient knowledge. Maybe the enchanter? I've heard he lives somewhere in the Archipelago and is an expert on all kinds of magic items. Might be worth finding him and showing him that compass.
You thank the old man for his help. This
No,
man
I
will
know.
not
No, you know what I'm
shut
saying?
up.
Thank you, old man. I really appreciate everything that you've done. You may have saved the lives of millions.
I didn't do anything really, he says and shrugs. To be honest, I wanted to throw the compass away when the arrow started to go crazy, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I'm glad someone wants to take it, though.
Yes.
Good luck on your quest.
Adventure and stay safe.
I also love, Nick, that your camera has also tilted even more up into the ceiling. That it literally, you look like the French knights in Holy Grail on top of the parapets.
Indeed.
Hi, Mojito. How's it going?
Hi, Mojito. My voice is wrecked. We're going to continue.
Yeah. Hold
Anyway.
on. Let's go go to the ancient ruin. Not the ancient ruins. That's fight. Go to the inn. Go to the inn.
You don't want to ask around about the golden chalice?
It's not here that the enchanter lives, Nick. We could do it, I
Where
guess.
does the enchanter live?
Time is of the essence. So go ask around the golden chalice. Sure, let's do this. I feel like time is running.
You find the story about the golden chalice interesting. People speculate that it was worth a lot of money. Some pity the fisherwoman who lost it. Others envious of her find or happy she didn't get to keep it.
That was the
You
lady who
travel to the
threw
seaside
it.
village
That's
Yeah.
a different thing.
where the fisherwoman lives. She's out at sea when you arrive, but from her neighbors you learn more details about the chalice. Apparently it got caught in the woman's net. The excited fisherwoman couldn't believe her own luck. She brought the beautiful golden vessel home and showed it to other villagers. She wanted to travel to town the next day to sell the chalice. However, the news about her find reached the ears of a local noble who heard about the rare beauty of the chalice and decided he wanted it for himself, claiming that the chalice was found on his land. He sent armed guards to the fisherwoman's hut, which stands atop a seaside cliff. Oh, so that's that fellow. When the woman saw them approaching, she flung the chalice out of her window to the ocean below. She then claimed she never had the chalice. The guards didn't believe her and turned her hut upside down, searching for it, but had to leave empty-handed. The fisherwoman tried to recover the chalice, but never found it. It must have gotten carried away by the waves. The noble was furious when he learned what happened. He promised to reward anyone who brings him the chalice. He now desired more than ever, but no one could find it. Do you want to search the beach?
Dave Thompson, welcome to the stream. Sorry, I have a belt on my head like a crazy person. Hi.
Yeah, you also missed the best French accent that's ever occurred.
Brilliant, Prince. It's a pleasure to have you, Dave Thompson. It's an absolute pleasure. Yeah, the IF competition just put out their entrance for the 2021 season, and we are playing them and reviewing them. 4x4 Archipelago is the first one on our list. This is quite interesting. It's a procedurally generated adventure game using twine, which is quite interesting. I'm very surprised.
Well, it looks like the next voice I'm doing is Southern.
It's not done yet. There's still votes.
That's true. So, do you want to search the beach for it?
Sure, why not? Let's do it. Maybe we'll get something good.
You walk down a cliffside path to a narrow gravel beach. You can see the tall cliff and the fisherwoman's hut high above. The chalice must have landed somewhere here after the woman flung it out her window, but of course you can't see it anywhere. To your left, the beach gradually whitens. There's also a small pier and some fishing boats in that direction. To your right, the narrow beach runs around a protrusion in the cliff face, which obscures its farther part from view.
Go right along the cliffside. I think that's right. And Dave says, is there any good French accent, really? Nick?
John.
Yes. I'll read for you.
No, but did you not? Okay.
What? What's up?
Look,
What?
you found it.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Hold on. You walk along the cliffside until you reach the end of the narrow beach. You climb over the large rocks blocking your way and discover the entrance to a small seaside cave. You enter the cave, wading in ankle-high water. Soon you spot a small niche in the wall, and in the niche there's something that glints with gold. You pick up the golden object and remove the strands of seaweed that were wrapped around it. Now, you can be sure, it's the beautiful golden chalice the fisherwoman found, then lost. Only one question remains: what are you going to do with it? I mean,
So I think the merchant in us gives it to the to the local lord.
Ooh, the guy who loves the collectibles to gain some favor.
Also, money.
Is it the collector that's the local lord?
Yeah, they're the same.
I thought we'd just keep the chalice and sell it, but you can do that too. Let's do it.
You decide to give the chalice to the nobleman who's offering a reward for finding it. You head to the noble's estate and inform his guards that you wish to collect the reward. The nobleman comes to you personally. He smirks with satisfaction as you hand him the beautiful gold vessel. He caresses it for a moment, then gives you it to one of his servants, ordering that it be placed with the other items in his collection. Thank you, he says. I couldn't sleep knowing that such a thing of beauty was found on my land. I didn't have it. Here's your reward. You received 1,000 pieces of silver. That's nice.
That's very nice.
And you gain 200 XP. You take the money and you head back to town.
So let's go to the inn, get some rest, and then talk to some folks and then get some rest. Ooh, enough EXP to level up skills. We can level up skills.
So right now our trading is half. Well, these won't level up for a while.
So we need to
vitality,
increase our brawn or fortune.
or fortune.
Nick, we are soldiers of fortune.
In that we are not brawny, but we are lucky.
We are lucky.
So I'm apparently doing a southern accent next.
Yes. Lip says he bought 3 additional votes for a southern accent. Now offend me with the sounds of my people.
I promise that I will.
So, Dave, I would say that this is kind of more akin to something like Darklands, minus the combat. There's no combat like that. So it offers a lot of options, but there are events that happen that change and alter things. And we do have an overall quest that we're trying to figure out, but there are islands to explore, and we unlock different clues to what's going on. It's really interesting. So let's gather information.
All right. So at the inn at Skull Island, you meet a weary traveler. Suspicious at first, he warms toward you after you've talked for a while and tells you about a shipwreck island. It's a sandy Oh wait, no. My next voice has to be southern.
No. We need to when we get.
We want it to be a long one.
I want it to be a long one, Nick.
We want it to be a long.
How about you do one until I tell you to stop? Just go.
Right, 1 second.
Southern accent. Let's do this, Nick.
1 second. I'm gonna mute myself just to get
No. Just go. Just go, Nick. Oh, come on. You're muting yourself. This is not what the people asked for, Nick. This is not what the people asked for. They asked for your off-the-cuff Southern accent, so give them an off-the-cuff Southern accent.
All right. Let's do this.
Dave, I got a question for you. Hold on. You go.
Yeah.
Go for it, Nick. Go for it.
It's a sandy island I've visited many times, says the traveler. You can buy some interesting things on that local market. You ask the man for more information about Shipwreck Island. He thinks for a moment, then replies, I've heard many tales about the dungeons of Shipwreck Island, but I've never ventured there. If you do, you will have to fight, and I'm no fighter.
I've gone and caught a case of the vapors. Oh, heavens.
Shipwreck Island was added to your mapping journal.
Dave, interactive fiction aficionado, a lover of text-based adventures. What's your favorite? I'd love to know. All time. Doesn't have to be commercial. It can be also fan-made as well.
So we are talking to them for some stories.
You sit down and
You
chat with the
sit
local
down and-
people.
oh, I was gonna
At
do it,
first, they're unwilling to share their stories with a stranger, but your charisma and friendly disposition make them warm towards you. Over some drinks, they tell you a story about a mad wizard who tried to animate the bones of an ancient creature found on Skull Island, only to be destroyed by her own creations. Stories added to our journal. That's money.
I like, indeed. That's sweet, sweet cash. Do we want to gamble?
Yes!
Soldiers of fortune. Gamble. In the corner of the inn, people are playing beggar share. To play a card game with fairly complicated rules, combining luck with skill. You have no problem finding someone willing to play with you, but they demand that you show the money up front.
Hold
You
on.
want to look about a play?
You have 1 minute, folks. Will we win or will we lose?
Let's look about how to play.
No, we don't need to look at that.
What was that?
Basic round results in your fortune value, randomly modified by -1, 0, or +1. This value is increased or decreased based on your and your opponent's playstyles for the round. After betting your money, you need to choose a playstyle: tricky, aggressive, or cautious. Tricky beats cautious, aggressive beats tricky, and cautious beats aggressive. If you beat your opponent's playstyle, your round result is increased by 3. If your style loses, it's decreased by 3. If you have the charisma skill, you may choose to bluff instead of picking a playstyle. If you bluff, your style modifier will always be 0, as if you and your opponent have picked the same style. All right, Nick, let's do this. Let's go.
So the how much would you like to bet?
1,000 silver.
We're gonna bet it all. All right, John.
Hold on, before you make a choice here. Okay. Tricky. It's tricky.
Mamma mia.
Here I go
Will you
again. Mama.
How can I resist ya?
I don't know the words to the song. Tricky, Nick. Tricky.
I'm not a big fan of ABBA.
Tricky. Can you please pick
Are
tricky?
we doing tricky?
Tricky, yes.
I didn't realize that was the answer. You try to outsmart your opponent with tricky moves. Your opponent's playstyle is cautious. Luck is on your side. You win twice as much as you bet. 2,000 silver received. Would you like to play another round, John? Or would you like to stop playing?
Hold on. I just gotta let everybody know that we won. A lot of people voted against us, it looks like. Earl says we won! Because we were tricky.
We're tricky boys.
And tricky boys with tricky toys.
Boys.
Now, let me tell you something here, Nick. Alright, let me tell you something.
Let me tell you
We
something.
are gonna play another round. You understand?
We're gonna play another round.
We're gonna play another round. That's
We're
what's
gonna
gonna
play
happen, see?
We're gonna play another round, see?
Yeah, one more.
What is this chaos energy that's going on today?
It's a beautiful thing right now. Bet 1,000, Nick.
Oh, God. All right, how are we doing this, John?
Tricky. No,
We're
no, we're gonna bluff. We're gonna bluff, Nick. We're bluffing.
bluff?
Trust me.
We're gonna bluff. You try to outsmart your opponent. You're with tricky moves. Your opponent's playstyle is cautious. You win.
We should have picked tricky. Tricky.
1,000 silver received.
Stop playing. That's it. Hedging our bets.
Mamma mia. We should be doing Money by ABBA.
Money.
I'm pretty sure that's not ABBA. Or Money by Pink Floyd.
Money. It's a
It's a
gift.
gas. Yep, indeed.
Sorry, I'm annoying. Mike says this wild how much is in this for a free game jam game. I know, right, Mike? So let's rent a room and to restore our HP and MP.
All right, indeed. Yes, this has been like real chill.
This has been fun.
Oh yeah.
This is low stakes right now. This is low stakes.
Oh yeah, my brain isn't like feeling insulted.
Audio Eric says, how about we're in the money? We're in the money. We're in the money. We're in the money. I am annoying a lot of people right now with my manic energy.
I think this is all brand, John.
I think this is our brand. I do declare, Nick. This
is our brand.
This is our brand.
This is as I drink my sweet tea.
Oh,
You brought this upon
give
yourself, my friend.
me a case of the vapors. Retro G-San has rated with a cast of 7. Welcome.
Hello, Retro G-san. Welcome to our wonderful estate as we sit here and play text-based adventure games.
How's it going, Retro G-San? I know what you were playing. You were playing some old school SSI adventuring. Grand old time. SSI Gold Box, baby. Woo! Hi, folks. If you don't know what's going on right now, we're playing Interactive Fiction. The IF competition has finally closed its doors to entrance. They've released the games that have been made for this particular competition, and we are going through them one at a time. And I'm going to tell you, Nick, we may not be able to get through all of these because we have spent over an hour on this one, and we've done nothing.
Oh yeah, wait. When you said if you're wondering what we're doing right now, if you don't know what we're doing right now, I thought you were gonna follow that up with neither do we.
This is true.
We haven't the slightest idea. Well, we're all healed up. Would you like to leave the inn, John?
Yeah, let's leave the inn. Yes. Richard G-san says I got to what I thought was the end, and then they were like, the bad guys fly off to a floating castle.
Indeed.
Dave says, Infocom's Trinity is the most complete text adventure, hands down. Mind-bending puzzles and a simply great story. I played Loom. That was my first Brian Moriarty game back in December. That was the biggest gap for me in adventure games in general, and I absolutely found it delightful. And I can already immediately tell a very unique voice of Brian Moriarty in general, and I want to play Trinity really bad. It's on the list. I mean, we got to get to it chronologically, and it pains me to do this, but I need to, because I need to see everybody's style and how it progresses over time. And I just finished up listening to an extended interview with Dave Lebling for Jason Scott's Get Lamp documentary on the Internet Archive. And it's fascinating to listen to him talk about games, because he didn't view these as being interactive fiction. They were very much games, and how he talked about the infighting and strife about the classification of what it is they're doing in this company. And you could definitely tell that, like, Steve Moretsky, Brian Moriarty, like, those folks are definitely there making art and making, using these tools to really have a message and to create these very interesting pieces of fiction. Whereas, sorry, not Dave Lebling, Mark Blank, I'm sorry. Mark Blank, other one, not Dave Lebling.
Yes, the less fun one.
Mark Blank talked about, how he saw them as just games, and there was no inkling of weight to them. Dave says, Chronological Order lets you see the evolution of Infocom's craft. So many people, Dave, tell me, stop doing this. Stop playing them in chronological order. Just play the greats. Just play the greats. Play Trinity, play Mind Forever Voyaging, play the Enchanter series, play Planetfall, play Stationfall, and like, there you go. Don't play anymore. And I'm like, no, we're enjoying them. We're still having fun.
That kills our content, man.
Yeah, it's
Don't
fun.
eliminate our content.
It's
That'd
fun.
That'd be like saying just read the read the positive, the nice video game books for a podcast.
No.
They're mostly garbage.
They're mostly garbage.
That's we've learned 10 episodes in.
Mike,
Anyway.
we're absolutely going to do another one of these, Mike. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, definitely. John,
We are headed to the Collector's Job Mansion, and located outside the port town on Skull Island, Diabetes. If you walk,
You're pulling a Wilford Brimley on me here.
Oh yeah. You walk all the way, only to be turned away by the servant at the front door. He just takes one look at you and states with a dignified air, "I'm sorry, but you may not enter. The only guests my master accepts," oh, master is a bad word in that accent, are renowned merchants who have the rarest of items to sell.
Well, let me tell you, good sir, that we are in fact respected and renowned merchants. We just recently made a really big deal on a very rare artifact of a chalice, gold and delightful.
Indeed.
Take it from a cave.
You, with an expression of hurt pride, you explain you're one of the most successful merchants in the
Absolutely.
archipelago.
The most.
When you start telling the servant about your trading exploits, he says, "Oh, I see. Forgive me for my making assumptions. Please wait here, and I'll go and ask my master." Get back to this accent. He returns after a while and ushers you in with a smile. "This
thank
way,
you.
my master will see you now." You're led to a big opulent. Or do I have to keep doing southern accent?
Not when you're doing narrator.
Okay.
Your narrative voice
You're-
doesn't have to be.
Okay. You're led to a big, opulent living room in which dozens of rare objects are displayed. There are paintings, ornate masks, and skulls of strange beasts on the walls, and glass cases with gemstones, jewelry, ceremonial knives, and small statuettes along the walls. In the middle of the room, a short, bald man is sitting in an armchair. "Welcome," he says, showing you a chair. "Sit down. I've heard you're a merchant. I'm curious to see your wares. I'm sure you already know I pay well, very well, for objects I find interesting. But I'm also a man of sublime tastes and only buy rare and beautiful things. So let's see what you brought. Oh, by the way, I'm also trying to free up some space in my collection so I can sell you some items I no longer want."
Me like you do at a chomp chomp. My thing, Dave, is I'm curious, right? If the Infocom inventory situation was a situation of a programming issue with the engine that they just couldn't work around, so they tried to make it that way until they finally fixed it, or if that's really a gameplay mechanic. Now, Nick and I found in something like Zork that the inventory issues weren't a problem. We found them to be a major issue in Deadline and The Witness. The way that they handle
every
it.
game after Zork has been irritating when it comes to the inventory management, including, but to a lesser extent, Starcross.
No, because
Starcross is a little better about it. But
yeah,
because you can put the little prisms in places.
Yeah, there was
Get rid
some
of
more
them.
storage
You also
stuff.
have, yeah.
I think that was Dave Lebling knowing, like, oh, hey, we found a weird workaround to have, like, infinite storage for the raft in the original Zork. Like, oh, I can apply that to something that's a little more restrained, but also allow for more storage for people in that way.
The inventory in Witness was just fudging stupid. It's like you're holding everything in your hands. You got your gun in your hand. You got, like, you can't put anything in a freaking pocket. Can I put my gun in its holster?
What
like,
was
why
more
am I running
frustrating-
around with a gun in my hand?
What was more frustrating, Nick, was like just when you pick something up and you drop what is currently in your hand and the thing that you're trying to pick up. And so, like, you didn't get anything and you lost two things. Like, it was.
And often you don't even lose enough to then pick up that item, so then you drop another thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the object's actually numerically calculated. Yes, we did know about this, Dave. Yes, this is true. You're right. Great point. But yeah, I enjoyed inventory management in the Zork games only because you had, like, a base of operations, and it helped to have stuff there to kind of set things up and, like, look at things. It worked somehow. And I don't really...
You could technically get around the weight of the sarcophagus if you used the
raft.
Yeah.
But it's interesting.
Nerd.
We're not too much of a nerd. Okay, so we can buy the Dragon Pearl.
Do we want the Dragon Pearl or the Purse of Unending Coins?
We can't offend, we can't buy the...
We could just barely buy the Dragon Pearl,
Oh, okay.
but we would be impoverished.
Purse of Unending Coins, I mean...
It unends. Like, it pays for itself.
Let's do it. Let's see if it actually does, though. All right, now back. Let's go.
Back.
Inventory.
Other items, I assume?
Yes. No, that's the broken compass. Rings and amulets?
Equipping that. gonna.
We also have a
equip that.
mercenary emblem too. You can only do one. Let's do the Purse of Unending Coins.
All right.
Oh, they phased out the need to eat and drink. Verisimilitude doesn't mean it's fun to have to manage thirst and hunger. It depends on the game. You can make thirst and hunger engaging and interesting, but you have to not make it be something that is dangerous or something that is debilitating, right? And something you have to constantly manage.
Irritating.
Yeah, like for instance, a game like EverQuest has thirst and hunger, right? And what those do is help speed up the rate at which you regenerate mana and hit points. And if you don't have anything and you're hungry, those don't regenerate until you get something to eat. That happens over a long period of time. And once you run out of things, you're not hungry yet, but you're going to be. And so it gives you kind of this need to do so, and it helps elevate it by being an engaging living world experience, but without being incredibly punishing or something that you have to manage very regularly. It gives you major heads up when you're low on stuff, but it also helps feed the economy. I don't think it's something that's necessarily welcome in text adventures. It isn't needed because they aren't, well, not typically. They're not meant to be something about management and economy. Text adventures aren't typically known for their economy. An MMO, it's a different story altogether. But there are ways to make thirst and hunger work. I don't think it needs to work in a text adventure.
Yeah, I also would say that another case where verisimilitude becomes irritating is when there are small details that are technically like. So the thing that really got me on tilt with the witness, was the gosh darn doors.
Yeah, being
because
locked
in the witness, they are locked from the inside, and you are inside the building. So it says the door is unlocked.
The door is
locked.
Yeah.
The doors are locked, and you go to open the door. You can't open it because it's locked. And all you need to do is unlock the gosh darn door because you're inside. You're inside, so all you have to do is unlock the door. And then you have to open the door, and then you have to exit the room. That like is so much clicking that my brain is like, clicks matter. That's just irritating. But for a while, we were working under the assumption that, this is a puzzle.
Yeah.
How do I fix the puzzle?
It's not a puzzle.
How do I solve it? And it wasn't a puzzle. It was just that the door was locked. We made a not puzzle a puzzle because, and like literally there was a moment where like, is it just locked from the inside? And then it was. And then I was just enraged.
And Dave also says if you unlock a door, it should assume that you also open it. Absolutely. Now, sleep can be used in interesting ways. I don't think that text adventures typically do that. And a prime example of this is in a multi-user dungeon called VR1 Crossroads. Sorry, we're not playing the game. We're just jibber-jabbering.
I'm going to save
VR1 Crossroads was a really fantastic multi-user dungeon that used sleep in a very interesting way because it actually acted as a segue into another world while leaving your character in the physical world as well, resting. And so sleep became also a commodity because you'd sleep at these places of power to gain influence and strength for your guild in particular, but also give you access to the world of dreams within which you can navigate and adventure in another space. So it's really interesting to see that, but then it also left you vulnerable to other players. And so people would have to guard your body as you delved into these world of dreams. It's really cool.
So I went to look at the thing, and there are things that can hurt us, so I'm going to go back.
Yeah, we should not be going into the ruins. No. Return to town. We're
right.
traveling. We're traveling now.
Do you want to explore?
Exploring the island gets us into combat. We're not.
All right. So how about we give this another like 15 or so minutes, John, and then we come to a decision, and we can remember our save state if we want to come back for a chill Archipelago game.
This is a good guess. This is, I think, a correct assessment. Let's go to.
Okay.
Let's go to Shipwreck Island. Let's see what's going on in Shipwreck Island.
That seems like a horrible idea, John.
Oh no, let's go to a random one then. Let's go to a random one. Let's just go random.
All right. Your journey is uneventful. Travel to your destination. You approach Griffin Island. Oh God, no. Not the Griffins, John.
The Griffins.
Not the Griffins.
Take me, Griffin Lords, for your feathery embrace is nigh.
I mean, my EverQuest bones are like run away from them.
Check local rumors.
Gary. The proud griffin is the symbol of Griffin Island, though these winged beasts are rarely seen here anymore.
Oh.
Local legends say there used to be hundreds of griffins nesting on the island's grassy hills and hunting wild animals in the rolling meadows, hunting wild animals in the rolling meadows. But they flew away one day, answering some call unheard by humans. But many people believe the beasts were simply hunted almost to extinction. Griffin Island's main town is home to a bustling market where one can buy and sell various goods. There are ancient mines on Griffin Island. You haven't fully explored the mines yet. So would we like to visit the market?
Rumors.
Check local rumors. You spend some time in the town listening to local rumors. You learn about a merchant ship which sailed into harbor recently, bringing rare goods from distant places.
Okay. Let's go to the inn.
Let us go to the inn.
Get
so we
stories.
can gather information.
Gather information and chat with locals for stories.
So, at the inn at Griffin Island, you meet a group of traveling minstrels. They gladly share information about the island they came from, Grimrot Island. It's a Oh, wait, no, I'm still... can we get another poll?
No, Nick, your next one is going to be... you got to do a lecherous waif.
A lecherous waif. Can I have an example?
No.
Can you use that in a sentence?
No, use your imagination. What does a lecherous waif sound like?
Well, I think they're probably a little nasal. They're a little nasal, and then, it's a matchy island, they say. We have a large market where you can stock up on all sorts of goods. Grimlock Island was home to the terrifying warlock until he was defeated by his sorceress Melinda. The sons of his hour are all still standing in the swamp.
You asked the minstrel for more information.
Tell me more information. Tell me more of this Grimrot Island minstrel.
There's special about our island. But it's a good, peaceful place to live.
This person sounds drunk. It's not because I'm drunk, because I am not.
Serious? Is that you?
Is that
Who are you? I need blue pages.
We don't have the charisma necessary to make this minstrel tell his tale.
Okay.
Is Lip dying? What happened, Lip?
Hi, Actinizzle. How's it going? Akinar's fairly lecherous indeed. So we're gonna chat with locals about their stories.
You sit down.
Oh, I don't have to do that. You sit
No.
down and chat with the local people. At first, they're unwilling to share their stories with a stranger, but your charisma and friendly disposition make them warm towards you. Over some drinks, they tell you a story about the man who fashioned wings for himself out of griffin feathers and flew away from the island, never to be seen again. The story from Griffin Island. Is that your turn?
Okay. So we need to leave the inn. This place is not for us, Nick.
We have to go back to the academy.
We got to go back
And
to the academy.
sell our stories?
Sell our stories. Maybe learn a little bit about this enchanter business. We got no.
You're sailing the Column C, heads towards your destination when you hear a voice. Even though there are no other vessels nearby, you look around and notice a group of merfolk who have emerged from the water. The friendly merfolk explain they are looking to trade some of their wares for your coins, as silver is hard to come by and extremely valuable in their underwater city. So,
Luxury items. Luxury
it?
items. Yes, we're gonna sell them, and when we get there, we're gonna sell them. There you go.
Well, we're done.
Perfect.
Travel to your destination. You approach Windheld Island, land on shore. All right, let us go to the academy.
Yep.
And make some money. Our renown is Bagel. We got Bagel renown.
Bagel
talk to the-
renowned.
Yeah, we got 0.
Oh,
Yay.
yes. Yeah, they say the same things. So you tell them about the Mad Wizard. Try to animate the bones. Perfect.
Yep.
All right. Go back. Let's see. Hold on. Did the money learning capabilities. Go up a little bit more. I want to know the library.
Do we want to go to the library?
Only Academy members can enter and browse the collection. We need to join the Academy. How much does it cost to join?
I think you have to be a magic.
No, you don't.
The renowned, you need at least 15 renown.
Okay. Crap. Okay,
We're
go back.
Presently at bagel renown.
Bagel. Where does it say the renowned?
Over here.
Oh, I thought it actually said bagel.
That's just how I say 0.
Okay. Renown is for chumps.
Renown
All right.
is for...
Go back to town.
Indeed. Sips bourbon late in the coffee. I love bourbon or whiskey and coffee. It is amazing.
Go back to town.
It is not effective at all. But I think my favorite streaming or podcasting
Level up skills.
melange of fluids is wine, water, and coffee.
Level up skills.
Or beer, water, and coffee.
Level up skills.
Where do you want to go, John?
Level up skills. I do not care for your booze discussion, Nick. Okay.
We can't be that. Do we want to be brownie or vital? Or do we want to store our skills for the 3,000 it takes to get our charisma up?
Let's increase our brawn, Nick.
Okay. You want to be brawny boy?
Yes. Okay. Close the level up view. All right. Go to the market. Let's sell our goods.
Let's go to the great market.
Earl of Chesterwick, fare thee well, my friend. Rest easy.
Fair.
Let's sound the trumpets in your passing.
That's never what I think you're doing. I always think you're going ba 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 da 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 da. I think you're doing the Superman theme song. That's what I think.
That is not the Superman song.
Da 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 da.
Oh, I guess it is. I guess you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Make the upper fight the downer. Zilch Bubkiss Bagel. I like it. Okay. Return to the market entrance. I don't know what we're doing. I'm lost. We're listless.
I think we're aimless.
We are aimless. Let's buy something. Let's buy something with our money.
Buy and sell items.
Let's buy a better weapon.
But I like her knife.
Nick.
Do you want to get like a crossbow so that we can get some distance?
No. It's not how this works. Buy a sword.
Second knife.
No. Stop. Buy a sword.
I really like the knife though.
Please, Nick, you're gonna get us killed. We only do 1 point of damage to things.
I wanna use the knife though.
Let's buy a sword. Now let's get some armor. Leather armor. That's enough. All right. Now let's equip it. We have to equip it. Let's see if we can do anything with this. I want to kill something. We have been wandering aimlessly and being silly. That's what we have done. Have we judged this properly? Probably not.
I think so, yes.
So we just need to get renowned now. Close the inventory.
No.
Yes.
No.
No, Nick. You impetuous youth. Let's
explore the island?
Yeah, let's explore the island.
You set off and spend some time exploring the wilderness of Windhall Island. You're following a path through an old forest of tall trees when you spot a small figure in the distance walking the opposite way. As the wanderer comes closer, you notice she's a short, elderly woman wearing a brown cloak and a wide-brimmed hat. She's supporting herself with an oak staff. Greetings! What was my voice?
Just be an old, elderly woman now.
All right.
Hello, dearie. Greetings, young one.
The old woman says.
I didn't expect to meet anyone in this wilderness. Looks like you enjoy solitary travels just as I do.
The old woman's tone is friendly and almost jocular, but her eyes speak of great wisdom and experience. You have no doubt that despite her age and small stature, she can deal with any dangers that may befall her on the road.
What's your name, young one?
She says.
Ivan. I knew someone named Ivan, But it was so long, oh, so long.
I met him in Vegas. He was one of those hunks, oiled up, naked as a jaybird.
Codpiece on. I could bite through that candy underwear he wore.
Oh,
You ask the woman what her name is.
I love you,
and
Nick.
she only replies, I love you too, buddy.
You may simply call me the Wanderer. I traveled the archipelago visiting places I remember from the old days. Much has changed, and other things haven't changed at all. All these sights and people give me something to wonder about, you know? Many things in the archipelago change, but the wind here is not one of them. It's always tried to blow you right out of your shoes.
and out of
Now,
your
is this
pants.
The Wanderer. Yeah, it's just like that man I met at Chippendales. Oh,
Oh, the hunks.
the hunks. The hunks with their hard candy G-strings.
Nick, it sounds like you've been there. I respect it. I respect it, Nick.
Is this the woman that guy was talking about?
I don't know. I'm glad we met, Ivan. I think I know.
I'm now going to visit some volcanic island. Who knows? Maybe our paths will cross again.
She bows her head and walks away. You watch the small figure with the hat and the staff disappear into the distance. Mike says, I think each game gets a score-based rating. So have to play the 70 other games to give a fair assessment. Although I think this is one of the longest games from briefly browsing the game lengths. So let's open... visit the Hunters Guild? Let's see if we can hire somebody. Oh, come on, Mike. We have to play all 70 games. Come on now.
The guild hall is filled with hunters, trappers, and various other adventurers. They're talking, drinking, bragging about their latest quarry, and looking at letters nailed to the wooden walls, all except an old man in the corner. The letters in the hall come from various places around the archipelago. When common people are troubled by vicious beasts, they send for help from the guild. The guild master is sitting behind a table in the corner of the hall. She is an elderly, dark-skinned woman. I really like the representation in this. It's
With a
nice.
scar on her cheek.
She's tall and strongly built. In her stronger days, she might have been a fierce warrior.
Talk to the
We'll
old
talk to
man.
her.
Man,
I
old
want to
man.
talk to the guild master.
But there's an old man mysteriously sitting in the corner right now.
But there's a...
Haven't you ever played Dungeons and Dragons? Do you ever just go and talk to the barkeep? No, you talk to the weirdo that's hiding out in the corner.
Hello! The old
Oh,
man
that's
says.
very loud. Ow.
You notice he's very thin and his knees shake, even though he's sitting on a bench.
My knees are shaking right now like crazy.
1 second.
Jacked
My
up
name
and
is
whatnot.
Klaus, yeah. I think we haven't met before, yeah. I'm the beast tamer.
Or so they used to call me in the old days when I was at Chippendales and I wore that candy thong. You know what I'm talking about.
Nick,
you
let's
know-
just elephant in the room here, Nick.
Yeah.
You spent 2 years of your life working at Chippendales, didn't you?
I'm not handsome enough.
Nick, you'll always be handsome to me.
I love you too, buddy.
Ask old man about Loom.
How-
Don't talk to the weirdo hanging out in the corner. That's what I do at social gatherings, specifically to avoid conversations. Lip, this is why I do it. This is why I do it, Lip. You are my weirdo in the corner. I will always come to talk to you, Lip.
So, yeah, you know, I killed my fair share of dangerous beasts, you know. But not all creatures are... I don't know what accent I'm even doing. Bloodthirsty. I had some four-legged friends in the good old days. Hell, even six-legged.
He laughs.
with its eyes whisper.
I'm gonna do the rest, Nick. I got this, okay? I got this.
Okay.
They helped me on some really dangerous hunts, but now they're all gone, and I'm too old and weak to head into the wild. Damn legs, don't want to carry this old fool around anymore. I wish I had a monster companion now. I could still train a beast. I haven't forgotten everything. It's only those damn legs. You could bring him wild creatures.
Yeah, so... do we want to call it, John?
Hold on. We gotta travel to one more place, Nick. Go back.
All right, back again.
Yes, back again. We're going to one more island. Let's see what happens.
All right. Do we want to go to Shipwreck Island?
No, random.
Random island. Got one.
Okay.
Your journey is uneventful. Travel to your destination. You are at Vikenna.
This is my kind of place. The iron-rich rocks of Vikenna give a rusty red color to its mountains and plateaus. The island has a long history of internal conflict with warring cities and factions. Some legends say the color of the rocks comes from blood spilled in countless battles. Now, most of the old castles and fortified cities lie abandoned, and there is a relative peace among the locals. Vikenna is home to a potion master the locals call the Witch. She lives alone in the wilderness. Many wild and dangerous beasts live in Vikenna. Local people gladly welcome all hunters, willing to cull their numbers. I'm ready to call it, Nick.
All right, so right now my tentative score is like an 8. I don't know what the actual
the score is a 1 to 10.
1 being bad, 10 being good.
Yeah.
Can you do half points?
My problem, Nick, is that we're not making any progress. We're just kind of meandering.
Well, we're not making progress because we're goofs. I don't think that's the game's fault. The game is not designed for goofs.
The game is also meant to be like you are supposed. The cycle is to hunt, gain renown, and
we're
get more progress that way.
We're grinding right now, John. We're not grinding. We're just goofing.
We're goofing. I was bound to give it a 6. I'm not gonna lie, Nick.
I think that's mean.
I enjoy it. I enjoy it, but I'm not getting anywhere.
I will say that if there are games that are significantly better than this one, then maybe I will come.
I'm gonna give it. Why don't we split the difference and make it a tentative 7?
All right, we will make it a 7 out of 10.
But we're not doing it just yet.
I know, but like I'm just writing it down.
I am as. Oh, you are? Okay. You do that. You do that instead of me. What's the next one on the list, Nick?
The next one on the list. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen.
Should be what? Aardvark versus the hype. No.
No. I almost disconnected the whole.
A papal summons or the church cat is the next one on the list.
Excellent.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, John. I'm getting us set up.
Dave says, reminds me of 80 Days. The narrative is probably different for everyone. Yeah, Sakura says it's a much larger RPG than a traditional interactive fiction. Yeah, I would like to beat that to completion, but we have to rate it on the first 2 hours of our experience, which is why I'm tentative to give it like a 6, because our first 2 hours of it... I'm going to watch your stream. Is it loaded? Oh, yeah, you have to double-click, Nick. You just selected it.
1 second.
We're watching Nick's Windows now. His ability to manage the most basic computer skills of double-clicking.
No, it's just not giving me the option of that screen is the issue.
It's because you're in select mode right at this moment. You're also in the zip file right now. You didn't extract everything.
I did.
You were currently in the zip file.
It's right there.
There you go. That's it?
I know.
Okay.
You jolt awake as the cat lurches to a stop. Can I type? I cannot type. I can click though. Oh, I hate it.
I'll read to you, Nick, okay? I'll read this one. I'll do the vocal reading. You did a lot of reading and a lot of voices, okay? I was just trying to help you because you've been very sick. Vatican Gate, calls the driver. Everyone off. You scramble off the cart, clutching the carrier, with the precious cargo that you've carried with all these miles, over all these months, to your chest. It seems like eons since you first received that message from the Pope, calling you to see him in person in Rome. But even now, standing before the gates of the Vatican, you can hardly believe it's all real, but you're finally here.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, look, gameplay.
Great traveling with you, says the true believer, sliding off the back of the cart with his casket, as the driver tugs on the reins to signal the horses to go. Can you believe we're finally here, in the very beating heart of Christendom? God, this guy, he's so annoying. You're glad you will never have to see him again. Let's see. You nod with gritted teeth. You spent the last few weeks riding in the back of an ox cart with this non-stop chatterbox as your constant traveling companion, merely because you both happen to be headed in the same direction. You really don't ever want to hear his voice again. But you've got more important things to worry about now. You've been summoned to Rome by the Pope, after all, and now all you have to do is find him. Pilgrims come from all over
We
Christendom.
have choices.
Choices! I'm glad that cut out. Pilgrims come from all over Christendom to pay the respects. Oh, I lost you, Nick.
Did you?
We lost it. There we go. Humbly beg their prayers be answered in his most holy place, though most never get to see the inside of the Vatican proper. Swiss guardsmen in Morian helmets and armed with halberds continuously herd the surging tide of penitents away from the gates. Great plumes of black smoke are visible from behind the walls. Occasionally a sudden burst of new smoke is accompanied by a cacophony of inhumanely high-pitched screeches. The Vatican proper is accessible via a massive gate to the south. Check inventory. Let's check our inventory first.
Right. We have a papal summons.
Let's look at the papal summons. It's
Rolled up scroll of parchment bearing the Pope's signature and seal and detailing instructions to appear in person at the Vatican to meet with the pontiff. Strangely, the missive begins in the Vulgar before transitioning into Latin and then into gibberish, which you cannot decipher. The borders of the letter are filled with the esoteric runes and sigils which you've encountered before.
You've never encountered him before.
Oh, never?
Never encountered.
Ad quo spectat, having heard speak of the marvel that the Lord has seen fit to bestow upon your parish, His Holiness Innocent the Eighth formally demands that you, the parish priest of Isfial in the Diocese of Sprat, come to Rome henceforth for an audience of utmost importance. Any good Christian is henceforth charged to aid the bearer of the summons in their journey. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti factum est ita corpus callosum lapsusis linguaca doc nibeltaka ica. A lot of that last bit was not Latin.
Oh, I know that. It says it devolves into gibberish.
I know. It does indeed.
Okay, let's return to inventory. What are we carrying?
It's a wooden crate with a hinged door at one end. You can peer into the carrier via a narrow window carved into the door. Through it, you can see a pair of baleful yellow eyes staring back at you. I think it's probably By all appearances, it is a perfectly ordinary house cat with gray fur, a white underbelly, and two big yellow staring eyes. It's hard to believe that this creature is a prodigy. A marvelous proof of the Lord's mysterious handiwork.
Are you okay, Nick?
Could you not hear me?
You said prodigy.
Prodigy.
Are you okay?
I smell toast.
All right, what is a prodigy?
A prodigy?
I mean, in this respect.
If two men, a man and his countrymen, are struggling together and the wife of one comes near to deliver her husband from the hand of the one who is striking him and puts on her hand and seizes his genitals, then you shall cut off her hand and you shall not show pity. Mules the cat into the...
What? Look at the cat. What's this? What madness is this? Okay, the return to inventory. It's just the same thing.
Yep,
it's hot links, Nick. It's just hot links. Return to inventory, yeah. Leave menu. Let's go to the massive gate.
Do you not want to go to Pilgrims or Penitents?
Those are just us looking at them. We don't care. We already have established that we don't believe in this crap.
So the gate is a set of massive iron doors carved with miniature dioramas depicting events from the life of Christ. The doors are so tall that you can't make out the images at the top. Two Swiss guardsmen with sour expressions stand at either side of the gates, brandishing their halberds whenever an eager pilgrim gets too close to them.
Swiss guardsmen, baby.
Gates are locked during construction of the new basilica, says one of the guards. A soft, plump man with grubby, unshaven face, streaked with sweat below his helmet. No more pilgrims allowed in. He waves a hand dismissively. Move along.
Dude, we got a summons, baby. What are you gonna do?
I want to show him the cat.
You want to see my pussy?
Oh, 1 second.
It can go in scripture.
I need to. I'm not sure if people can see, but I need to.
You need a minute. You gotta recover there. I took the chaos energy over the line.
That was just so fucking fast, John. That was so fast. Like it was,
Thank you.
like,
Oh, thank you.
whoa.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank
I
you.
was like, I want to show him a cat. And you're like, you want to show him your pussy?
He can quote scripture. Hi, Mike. How's it going?
It's scripture about genitals too, which is.
Yep. That's where we're at right now. That's where we're
We're
at.
showing him. We're grabbing the Swiss guard by the pussy. Jesus Christ.
Woo!
How is this?
You got a summons from the Pope. They'll let you do it.
Jesus Christ, John. What horrible world do we live in?
We live in the world of the Catholic Church right now. This is where we're at, where the scripture right now. All bets are off right now. All bets are off.
Can you read, please? I can't.
The Swiss guard shrugs as you hold up the carrier with the cat. Yeah, very nice, he says wearily. Word to the wise, don't flash that. Yeah, don't flash that around. He waves his halberd as another surge of penitents move toward the gates. He seems to have lost interest in you. Show the papal summons!
Wait, does he actually say we're the wise? Don't flash that around.
Yeah, word to the wise, don't flash that around.
Don't flash your pussy around.
Yeah, don't. Straight up.
Oh God.
You're in
Our
the- you are
podcast
in-
Doesn't deserve to live.
You are in the holiest of holies right now. Don't be flashing your pussy around here. Come on now. Common sense, people.
I mean, Sean, if you're gonna flash
Common
it,
sense.
you at least have to like make sure that it's wearing a skirt down to its knees.
Just wait till we get to the Pope.
You have to make sure that like the head of the pussy is covered and it's wearing a skirt past the knee. It's
I'm just gonna chew on some of this mechanical pencil lead.
what did I do? Did I do something?
Please, you have to let me in, you say, producing the summons. I've been summoned by the Pope himself. The guardsman scans the document, and his eyes widen when he notices the papal seal. Up at the gate, he hollers, this one's got a summons, let him pass. Up on the ramparts, several guards work together to turn an enormous crank, which gradually cracks open the massive iron gate. The guards out front continue to keep the other pilgrims away from the entrance at the point of their halberds, but the plump one motions for you to continue on inside. In we go!
Okay. All right. Hello.
I love how, Nick, your computer continues to just tilt up and up and up, so now it's just, we see forehead and hair.
It's not tilting up. I leaned down. I needed I took a super I need to almost lie down and go to bed and just accept sleep as my
Mike is ashamed of knowing me right at this moment. Mike's just like, nope, I don't know you. Who is this guy? You are in St. Peter's Square, Nick. The air is stifling, hot and thick with choking smoke. As scattered bonfires burn throughout the plaza, a steady stream of priests continuously tosses big, squirming burlap sacks into the flames. From within the square, you can see smoke on the horizon, indicating that more bonfires are happening far beyond the wall of the plaza, possibly all through the city. Are they burning these cats? Are all cats now shouting scripture? And they're getting burned?
maybe
A tall, nearly skeletal man. I'm going to read Nick. I'm in charge now. This is my boat. A tall, nearly skeletal man dressed in white sacerdotal robes, caked with black soot.
take that, John.
Oh, yes. Stands at the center of the yard, directing the chaos with frantic hand gestures and loud shouts. He has a long, sour face with roomy, bloodshot eyes, above a beaky nose and a fringe of stringy, white hair around his ears. His face is smudged with ash. You recognize that face from a woodcut you saw at the front piece in a book once. It's Henricus Institutor. He appears to be in charge around here. A smoldering log in one of the bonfires suddenly snaps, sending a shower of sparks into the air and prompting a new round of howling and mewling. Yeah, oh God!
Yay!
There are cats in the bag.
That's why we shouldn't flash her.
You know what? Cats out of the bag, bitches. Let's get the cats out of the bag. St. Peter's is not currently open for any more pilgrims, says Henricus Institutor. If you have a penance to make, you can deposit your payment at any mammon kiosk in the city. He turns away from you to bark orders at one of the priests lugging large, squirming bags across the square. Over here, he yells, pointing a bony finger at a particular bonfire. This one needs more kindling. An elderly priest waddles past, dragging a bag along the ground behind him. He has some trouble shoving the bag into the fire, but eventually he succeeds. A great storm of howling follows. What's in the bags?
What's in the bags?
Dave says sacerdotals is a genuine 50-cent word. What are you burning those bonfires, Father, you ask? Cats, says Henricus Institor. They serve witches, you know, but the key, you see, is that the familiar is spiritually linked to the witch. So you burn the familiar, you kill the witch. Why bother rounding up witches when we can get them all in one fell swoop just by burning every cat in Rome? You're uncomfortably aware that inside your carrier, you are carrying a cat. And this is approved by the Holy Father? By the Pontiff, you ask? Of course, says Henricus. All that happens in Christendom comes directly from the dictates of the Holy Father. You've read Summus Desiderantes Affectibus, haven't you? The Pope's given me full authority to destroy witches through any means possible. You clutch your carrier to your breast. You're sure that the Pope couldn't have summoned you all this way just to bring the cat up to be burned. There must be some greater purpose. You need to speak to the Pope about this.
We have a question. What year is this taking place in?
The cats are... That's not... hold on. Retro G-Sun says, what year is this taking place? And Dave's like...
That's what I was asking.
The cats are quoting scripture. I'm guessing a long time ago. Because they have how... Yeah, it doesn't really say, but... They you have a cart... You got here by a cart and wagon, and they had pilgrims. Like, it sounds like it's older. Olden times. Like... What's Summus Desiderantes Affectibus, you ask? He looks at you suspiciously. His Holiness issued a papal bull recognizing that witches are real. You know that, don't you? It gives me the authority to eradicate them, through any means necessary. I need to see the Holy Father. Well, I mean, hey, Dave, cats can be quoting Holy Scripture, even in modern times. You should listen to my cat. He has a lot to say about show tunes. His Holiness is, of course, extremely busy with matters of consequence, says Henricus Institor. He can't be bothered with mundane earthly matters like this, so he has deputized me to take care of circumstances on the ground. A priest lurches up to the nearest bonfire. What, Nick?
Before you move on, is his favorite musical The Fiddler on the Roof?
No. Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
Well, I was thinking because the cow jumped over the moon, that little poem. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle.
I don't even know if Cat on a Hot Tin Roof is a musical. I don't know. I'm just saying words. A priest
hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, John. Cow jumped over the moon.
The little dog laughed to see such fun, Nick.
Mm-hmm. But my point is that I think Fiddler on the Roof was a pretty solid joke.
Yes.
10 out of 10.
A priest lurches up to the nearest bonfire, struggling under the weight of a massive writhing bag. With considerable effort, he throws the bag into the flames, prompting a chorus of yelling. I can't. Oh my god, this is difficult.
This is not what I thought.
What's this? He takes the parchment and frowns as his eyes scan the Pope's summons. He frowns. When did you get this? He demands. About 3 months ago, you say. I left as soon as I received it, but it's a long journey from my parish to Rome. 3 months, he mumbles to himself, so 3 months for the message to receive you. 3 months for you to get here. That means it was written 6 months ago. He raises an eyebrow. And where are you from? The parish of Ishval, in the diocese of Sprott. I've never heard of such a parish or such a diocese, says Henricus, leaning in closer to glare at you. He's a tall man and intimidating despite his leanness. Where exactly is that? Parts foreign, Father. The very edge of Christendom, says Henricus. There's nothing out there but ice and snow. And why, pray tell, would the Holy Father send a summons to some parish priest living in an empty church on the very ragged edge of the world? We don't have this cat. I don't know. Henricus Institor peers closely, his eyes narrowing as he recognizes the creature inside. A cat? What are you pulling here? This cat, you say, is a prodigy. It can speak. It recites Bible verses. As if on cue, a high-pitched yowl bursts from the carrier, eventually coalescing into human speech. Nick, do the cat. You're the cat.
I'm the cat. Well, hey, y'all. Then he went up from there to Bethel, and as he was going up the road, some youths came from the city and mocked him and said to him, "Go up, you bald head. Go up, you bald head." And so he turned around and looked at them and pronounced a curse on them in the name of the Lord. And 2 female bears came out of the woods and mauled 42 of the youths. Kings 2:23, says the cat. What, this cat?
She bears, thank you. 2 female bears. Some she bears, thank you very much.
2 she bears. It picked some weird ones.
Henricus strokes his chin. Ah, the marvelous talking cat of the north. Yes, yes, I've heard of it. And you trained this prodigy? No, father, you say. It just speaks of its own accord. They really do truck in heresies and parts foreign, don't they? Indeed. Interesting. I imagine that would have been interested the Holy Father greatly. He would have been very curious about something like that about 6 months ago. Yes. He squints as if he's trying to work out something in his head, but a sudden explosion of caterwauling from the closest bonfire interrupts his thoughts. You are aware, of course, of the power that the Holy Father wields, he says. The Holy Father is, of course, God's ambassador on earth. A man who has an audience with the Pope is a lucky man indeed to be so close to that power. Tell me, friend, why did you become a priest? To serve God? To serve the Church? To serve the Church is to serve God. He smiles, evidently pleased with your answer. He places his hands on your shoulders, possibly in a showing of friendly camaraderie, but you can't help but notice how his nails press into your flesh. Well said. They are one and the same, aren't they? So when you work in the interest of the Church, you can do no wrong, right? When a man can no longer work in the interest of the Church, then that man can no longer serve the interest of God, isn't that right? Another blast of heat and another chorus of screeching yowls explodes behind you. You instinctively want to turn your head, but Henricus has your chin in his hand, keeping your face turned to his. He plants his lips upon you supplicantly in an act of protestation.
So he's just singing Hellfire?
It's romantic right now. Anything that blocks the Church from its mission must be removed, wouldn't you agree? You're not entirely sure what he's trying to communicate.
I assume this is Count Frollo.
It's time to make out. He wants to make out right now.
Hellfire, Dark Fire.
Let's do it. Count Frollo, I had no idea what you're talking about, but I very much appreciate it.
What? What?
What is that?
Count Frollo?
Count Frollo. Of the Domingo province? What?
John.
What is Count Frollo?
John.
I know not.
Back of Notre Dame?
I was going to say, is it a video game?
You didn't watch Notre Dame, man?
The bells of Notre
It's
Dame.
Monsignor Claude Frollo. It's Claude Frollo.
Sorry. Yes?
But,
Continue.
John.
Frollo, communicate. Cats.
Where are we?
You gotta scroll down.
Yes or no?
No.
You wanted to say no to anything that blocks the Church from...
He's trying to insinuate that you and your cat is blocking him from his mission to burn all the cats. No.
But John...
Fuck him.
We just said to serve the Church is to serve God, John.
No, it's not how this works. Anything that blocks the Church from its mission must be removed.
Very bad for us.
Fuck him.
Okay.
He releases your shoulder, his gaze returning to the bonfires in the distance. Well, a man is entitled to his opinion, he says, shoving the parchment back into your hands. We have a mission from the most highest order, not his. And while the Pope may have given him the order to stop witches, the Pope has had an express mission for us. If we said yes, then he'd say, right on, take the cat, throw it in the fire. Not here. Not now. No backsies.
I'm curious, though.
No backsies.
Okay. Fine.
I know we can, Mike. No backsies. We live in this world. These are our decisions. We live in a world of no remorse for our actions. Our convictions are strong.
His convictions are strong.
Perhaps you'll find your thoughts clarified when you meet the Holy Father for your audience, but you'll have to be cleared through the Donna de Pontificia Capella first, of course. You'll find their office inside in St. Peter's Basilica in the ambulatory. The ambulatory? Where can I... Henricus Institutor isn't interested in talking anymore. He's already turned his attention back to directing the priests on how to tend the bonfires.
Hot.
Excuse me. You pass
through another gate.
Oh, you can go, Nick. Oh, you.
This one carved to resemble a hellmouth, an image in bas-relief of a grinning demonic mouth chomping sinners between its teeth.
Let's get chomped.
Hellmouth. Inside the walls of the Vatican, you swept along with the throng. You're swept along with the throng. The faithful flock here, and so do those eager to sell goods to the faithful. The courtyard has become a makeshift bazaar with haphazardly constructed tents and stalls all along the walls. The square is so packed with people pushing and shoving, praying and haggling that you can barely pick your way through the crowd.
Through the crowd we go.
The air rings with shouts and chatter in over a dozen different languages and is heavy with smells, herbs, spices, live animals, food cooking, leather boiling, the sweat and funk of the multitudes. The walls of the courtyard are high enough to reach the sky, lined with statues, but you also notice there are studded with narrow alcoves here and there between the vendors' stalls.
The funk of the multitudes is a delightful statement.
You examine the closest statue. It's solid sandstone monolith carved to look like a toothy imp. Its mouth is a narrow slot. Below the imp's mouth is carved the word indulgences. The statue's left arm is a separate piece of sandstone and looks like it might function as a lever.
Let's do it.
You yank Mammon's arm and hear a low grinding sound as some mechanism inside the statue springs to life. Several seconds later, a slip of paper pops out of the statue's mouth and the grinding fades back to silence. You turn the slip of paper over in your hand. Upon is written, Indulgentia plenaria perpetua quotidiana toties quoties pro vivis et defunctis. The courtyard continues to the south, and in the distance you can see the half-finished spires of St. Peter's Basilica. Alcoves lead away into the walls to the east and west. Do you want to go south, east, or west?
Wasn't it in the basilica, he said?
Yes.
So south.
You continue pushing your way through the crowd, steeling yourself against the noise and smell. In the distance to the south, you can see the half-finished spires of St. Peter's Basilica. Finally, you stand before the great gates of the new St. Peter's Basilica. Construction has just begun, and teams of workmen clamor over scaffolding. Oh, that tells us about when this is.
When is this, Nick?
I don't exactly remember, but we're talking like the Renaissance. So we're looking at what? St. Peter's Basilica. I'm just going to look up when it was made. Because the...
I love us dealing with the Vatican while we have just this soft, throbbing, like techno beat from the Genesis in the background.
I can't hear it, so.
I know you can't. It's beautiful, though.
So the arms of St. Peter's Basilica, the little exedra outside of it, I believe was made by, is it Botticelli? One second. It was made in... Groundbreaking was 1506. It was completed in 1626.
Okay.
So anywhere between 1506 and 1626 this is.
Okay, so anywhere within a 120-year span. Probably
I mean, this is,
earlier because it's just the skeleton of it, right?
So the groundbreaking was 1506. Now we actually have sort of a structure.
So yeah, I guess somewhere around 40, 50 years after the fact, so somewhere in the 1550s. Stepping through the great doors, you find yourself standing in the half-finished vestry. The rough walls are lined with scaffolding, over which scurry a constant flow of workmen, slathering mortar and stacking stones. The ceiling is adorned with paintings of cherubs. Nick, we're on a mission from God. We need to look at that directory. That man is plotting. Any time that we spend doing other things is going to be our downfall. The directory is a tile mosaic built into the basilica wall. You can't make heads or tails of it. It consists of dozens of small, cramped diagrams, floor plans maybe, labeled with hundreds of tiny, crabbed notes. In theory, this should help to explain where everything is, but you only come away more confused. Just how big is this building? It looks like there will be, at completion, at least 20 stories above you. It also looks like there are at least 20 stories below you. You notice a steady stream of workmen clambering up and down a nearby staircase that leads down into the ground. You descend the staircase, picking your way through the crowd. The subterranean areas seem to be left over from the old St. Peter's Basilica that used to stand above. This is a long corridor, lined with doors, each one bearing an inscrutable Latin inscription. This basement artery, below the main plaza where pilgrims congregate, is where the real business of the Vatican happens, where the bureaucracy that keeps things humming smoothly is housed. Priests and officials, many carrying stacks of scrolls or stone tablets, constantly bustle in one door and out another, in a never-ending flow of activity. Ornate marble statues of saints stand at regular intervals down the hall. You wander down the hallway, pausing to read the plaques on each door as you pass. Donecta tributa, donecte visione beata departments, donecta quae enim secundum deum honorifics, haha, donecte pontifica capella. I don't know if I even remotely said that right. It's probably very wrong.
I mean, 1 second. Donecte Pontificia.
Pontificia de capella. Silenzio,
I-
Bruno.
I don't remember medieval Latin if it would be because so in Italian it would be Cia. It might be Cia. It might be Pontificia Capella. In classical Latin it would be a hard C.
It'd be, Pontificia?
Pontificia, yeah.
Pontificia capella.
But also in classical Latin that would be Visione.
Visione?
Yeah.
Interesting. Go for it. You knock politely but firmly on the door. Come in, calls a cheerful voice from within. You push open the door. Nick, you be the cheerful. I'll be the cheerful guy. Nick, you be everything else for this one.
Okay.
Lip says Nick is right.
The Donecte Pontificia Capella is a cramped office filled ceiling to floor with mountains of brittle yellowed scrolls. Many of the scrolls look like they were probably written hundreds of years ago before you were ever born, but you can see new scrolls falling into the room constantly from a series of pneumatic tubes suspended from the ceiling. A fat man, so large that he dominates the room, with plump quivering jowls,
Pneumatic
a
tubes.
severe tonsure, is busily burning scrolls in a small brazier. Yeah.
Retro Oji-san says, what year is this thing with pneumatic tubes? Were those in the 1500s?
No.
Yeah. What year is this?
But the building they're describing hardly sounds like the Vatican.
They don't.
Okay. The height of the Vatican is, they said 20 stories high?
Sure.
Is that right? 20.
Interesting. Okay, continue. A fat man.
One second. I'm converting in feet. Because I don't know how many. Is that 200 feet?
What is this one called?
Whatever.
What is this one called again?
It's like a papal fat cat. Or papal summons.
I don't see it in the voting.
It's called a papal summons.
A papal summons
church cat.
or the church
It's
cat.
church cat.
Here it is. A papal summons or the church cat. Okay. This is a
You have to be the
grotesque.
happy guy.
This is a grotesque camp horror story inspired by the works of Franz Kafka and Kobo Abe. Contains content that is not appropriate for minor or sensitive players. It contains body horror, medical horror, prostitution, child murder, violence, sexual violence, pedophilia, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, transphobia, racism, animal cruelty, torture, and dead bodies. Only
At
supposed
what
to take
point do we want to stop playing this game?
It's only supposed to take a half an hour. I'm on board right now, Nick. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Hello, says the fat man warmly. What can I do for you, friend? As you can see, we're busy as ever down here. Always work to be done. Yes, yes. He throws a scroll into the brazier.
that's my line.
Okay, you can do it.
He throws the scroll into the brazier. The fire billows briefly and the paper is consumed.
But never do much work to help out. What brings you here, friend?
Do you want to say what are you doing, or I have a
Summons from the Pope. It's not important. We gotta get right to business. What's this?
He says as he takes the scroll. His face falls as he scans the document. He says,
A papal summons from the Pope, you say? And you sure it's from the Pope?
you point at the papal seal.
Yes, of course, but you sure it's from the Catholic Pope? Not possibly some other Pope?
His words trail off as he seems to realize how ridiculous he must sound. He eyes the brazier longingly, and you're pretty sure if you weren't standing right here before him, he would just happily toss the summons into the fire.
I don't know why they told you to come to me.
He mumbles.
This really isn't my jurisdiction. Well,
he strokes his chin nervously and hands the summons back to you. He turns, grabs a handful of scrolls from the pile, and thrusts them into the brazier, watching intently as the flames gobble the brittle paper. After a moment, he looks up, frowning, as if he's annoyed that you're still here.
I really don't know why they told you to come to me.
Show the cat to the fat man.
That's you.
No, okay. I was just gonna let you do the voices.
No, I'll just be the happy guy.
Okay. I think it was something to do with this. You say, holding the carrier in an effort to be helpful. Maybe it will jog his memory.
What's that?
It's prodigy, you say. A cat that can speak. The fat man seems unimpressed. He's annoyed that you're still his problem. No, not only can it speak, you say, its words are proof of God's wisdom. For, you see, it speaks only in Bible verses.
Do you always say, just you can't help it?
In this case, I'm the cat.
You are the cat.
Because the dire straits to which you will be reduced when your enemy besieges you, you will eat your own children, the flesh of your sons and daughters whom the Lord has given you. Deuteronomy 28:53,
says the cat in a high-pitched mewling whine.
The
fat man blinks.
I really think... open that scroll again. That's right. Do you see this?
He points to one of the meaningless whorls along the edge of the parchment. You had assumed it was decorative.
That's definitely the official insignia for the Donic de Lucifugia. Take this down to them. This is definitely their business.
The light burners. Also, doesn't Donic mean... I don't know what medieval Latin does, but Donic is like until.
Let me see.
1 second. While, as long as, until.
Also.
I don't. Lip, do you know what they do to Donic in medieval Latin?
I'm internally reading the cat dialogue in a Tom Waits voice. See, my head just goes, it talks like this, and they shall be consumed. 2 female bears. It's my Sephiroth voice. Like.
No, that sounds like weird chanting. Like,
yes.
It talks like this.
Amen. But it's very flat.
Amen.
It is very flat. It's like this, but very flat. Okay. Okay. So.
Who is this?
You say, where's the?
Where's the Donic de Lucifugia?
That's about.
He counts quickly in his head.
3 floors down. You'll know the floor. It's got statues of the Desert Fathers on the stair landing. Don't go down further than that, though. You'll end up in the Inquisition's levels. Never below the 10th level. And for God's sake, don't get off on the level of no saints. Then you've gone way too far.
His good cheer seems to have returned now that you're no longer his problem. He returns to his brazier. You get the impression this is all the help you're going to get here. You quietly see yourself out. Back in the corridor, there's not much to do other than to continue. You pad down the hallway, still reading each plaque and hope that the next doorway will yield your destination. Eventually, the corridor leads to another staircase.
How many floors down?
You descend.
How many floors down did he say? No, don't go back. No backsies.
I didn't remember, John.
No backsies, Nick. That's not how this works.
Well, then ask the chat.
Does anyone remember? You descend. We commit to our decisions.
So you descend in another level and another. When you see 2 crude statues of Anthony the Great and Arsenius the Great atop the staircase balusters, you've reached the right level.
Okay, never mind.
Well, that didn't matter. Yep. You're in another long corridor lined with doors, each one again with inscrutable Latin inscriptions. There's substantially less activity here than above. You only see the occasional priest carrying a scroll or grimoire, turning a corner, breezing past you. You occasionally hear the creak of a door open as someone moves between the hallway and one of the many rooms. Ornate marble statues of saints stand at regular intervals. You wander down the hall, peering at the plaque above each door. Your footsteps echo in silence. Did anyone solve the Donic problem? It's also possible that Donic has a specific use that I do not recall.
Okay. Let's peer at the plaque above each door.
I really want to know. Donic bless fiamen. Bless fe miam. Donic simonia. Donic occlusion.
Occlusion.
Occlusion. Yeah. There is a boy squatting in the corridor ahead, right at the very farthest edge of your vision, right up before the hallway. Oh, please don't be. His shoulders heave. Oh, come on.
Okay, nope. That's the hard out. That's the hard out.
All right, we're done.
Yep. Let's get something lighter. Hard out.
That's done.
Yep. Okay.
Not a fan of that.
That's great. What's next, Nick?
Yep. Uh-huh. We got to the pedophilia, and that's where we
that's where we hard out there. The pedophilia hard out.
All right, so where would you
Hold on.
where would the church cat? Do we let the pedophilia affect Orin?
I'm gonna have to finish that one on my own, I think, and see what's going on.
I mean, that kid.
Mihito says, "What the heck?" At least I know there's content warnings. There was content warnings, Mike. It did say that was gonna happen, but my brain was like, "Oh, it's just gonna talk about it in the scripture," because like they did talk about bears eating kids, and so I was like, "Oh, it's just scripture talk."
There was also the removal of the genitals, which I think was the transphobia reference.
Yeah, there's a whole lot going on there.
So are we gonna hold off on rating this guy?
Yeah, I might play that on my own and see that. That was intense. Hold on.
Oh yeah, I saw the kid and I was like, this is gonna be bad.
Aardvark versus the Hype.
That's not the next one.
I know. I'm just picking one that might be lighter fare. Hold on.
Oh, what is that doing?
What's happening? Oh, Nick, you tried to open a glorb. That's why. Hold on. Aardvark versus the Hype. Can we play? Let's see if it has a play online. It does have a play online. Alright, hold on. I gotta send it to you.
Okay.
I'm putting it in the chat, Nick. You got the chat up?
In Discord?
Yeah. Oh, no, the chat and the stream.
On my phone.
Oh, no. Okay, I'll put it in the Discord then. I'll send it to you. Hold on.
Me and only me?
You and only you. Okay. Boink, boink. Paste. There you go. You just click on that. It should take you there.
All right.
Who was a big curveball? Whew. Oh, we need a palate cleanser there. Wow. That got dark.
That was. I like that we both were like, nope. We've come to our line. Our line is children.
Our line is children. You don't understand.
Children.
Here's the thing, folks.
Kids, I teach them.
There is something that has happened to me as being a father, right? That pass the ginger, like in sushi. Yeah, the palate cleanser. You need. So there's the thing of being a father now is that anytime a child is endangered in any way, it evokes an incredibly strong emotion, one within which I don't know necessarily if I am comfortable in the public. I'm a very transparent person, but I'm also like I would be like, okay, well, our only obvious choice is to kill everybody and burn it all down. Why can't I do that now? Why can't...
The only reasonable choice is to kill them all.
Yes. So why aren't I able to do that? And then I get mad. It evokes what is best described as the nut punch reaction. Exactly. It's a nut punch.
So like part of, and this is something that we've been getting at the podcast a little bit, I think, when we're talking about when we discuss certain topics. I feel like it can't just be there for the sake of being there. Like, I don't want that kid that raped fictitious child to exist solely for ambiance.
Oh, 100%.
Like, and I feel like that's where that was going.
And while I 100% agree that those are things that happen in this world and address that justice needs to be served for people who are victims of these sorts of things, right?
That doesn't mean that it needs to be in my fiction. Or that, like, doing that, like, representing it in that way is at all helpful to victims of sexual violence.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't know. It's complicated.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It is. So, the driveway of Lewis's house. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, geez. Aardvark versus the Hype, an interactive fiction by Truth Praise.
Nick, oh, come on now. Come on. It's, oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Come on, Nick. You gotta
wait.
Wait.
Wait. Okay, let me try this again.
Palate cleansing.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, geez. Was that better?
Oh, God. I will do the voices. You do the narration. I will do the voices.
I thought that was better. I thought I improved.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, geez.
I'm arriving.
Nick. Yeah. Yes. That sounded like you were a robot in intercourse, Nick.
Anyway, the driveway of Lewis's house.
Okay.
Chapter 1 in media res. So we're in the middle of things. Lewis's house is dark, but there is a crack of light coming from under the garage door. This is both good and bad. Good because someone is apparently home. Bad because if you can see the light, so can they. Your car idles half... Oh, are you sure this is a palate cleanser, John?
Nick, this one says... Carpenter Jeans, mixtape, alt rock, a mind-controlling vaguely citrus soda, a beat-up 1989 Toyota Celica, a gas station that sells snacks, and the band whose name would echo through history, the world's saviors / rockers, Aardvark. It's a light sci-fi thriller.
Okay, so enter the house, or there aren't directions.
No, you're in the car, Nick.
Okay, get out of car.
A honk horn, baby. Honk horn.
Does that work? Honk horn. You lean into the car and blast the horn, shouting out, "Hey, jackasses, let me in. Come on now."
I'm supposed to do the voices, Nick.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Hey, jackasses, let me in. Come on now. There's some epically weird shit going down out here, y'all.
There's some giggling from inside the garage and a bit of shuffling around. Finally, the door starts sliding up with a shriek of unoiled metal. You bolt inside and slam the button to lower the door before doing anything else. Inside Lewis's garage. The garage hasn't seen a car in decades. Most of the crap that used to be stacked up in here was moved out last year when Lewis started up the band. It was here in this humble garage where the music that defined a generation, the music of Aardvark, was born. The documentary featurette that will accompany your first concert VHS, you're sure. In its place is a drum kit, a couple of mic stands, and mismatched amplifiers, all plugged into the same power strip. Well, except the drum kit. Lewis, Amanda, and Paul are here, tuning their instruments and looking at you in bemusement. A bunch of balloons float above the drum kit, remnants of a recent gig.
Whoa. All right. No, talk to Lewis.
You draw in your breath, realizing for the first time that you've been panting, breathless, and general shaking with adrenaline. So we can choose between 1, try to explain the situation rationally, 2, try to explain the situation concisely, 3, try to explain the situation cheerfully, 4, rant.
Rant!
We're a ranter. Yeah. Are you all right, Jenny? You look not all right. Oh, I'm sorry. Go.
Hey, Are you all right, Jenny? You look not all right. Rant. Aliens! Drug-based hallucinations, blood everywhere, and really, really bad music!
The band collectively stares at you. You draw in another breath and calm down a little, but not much. Ranting?
Let's set the scene.
Oh, you don't want to start by ranting?
They got their attention. Start by setting the scene. Now, no, it's 2.
Nine, just...
Alright, so there I was, trying my best to sleep through that mandatory assembly, which, by the way, I didn't see you punks at, so no thanks for that, I guess. You know, we're just skipping school today. And didn't think to invite me.
Amanda clears her throat.
Sorry, Jenny. Look, we just thought that you wouldn't, you know, how you are.
You peer at Amanda. I like that this woman, presumably, you are representing with Shaggy's voice.
No, I didn't realize how I am. Please enlighten me.
Amanda looks away at the ground. You continue a little flustered.
So there I was, in the mandatory assembly right at the end of the day, trying to grab a quick nap.
7. In the bleachers of the Aundinasium, on the bleachers, surrounded by a sea of students, I was hoping to catch a quick nap. Is it speaking?
Yes. Okay, this
You
is
do
her
it.
speaking now. Surrounded by a sea of bleachers, I was hoping to catch a quick nap before the end of the school day, but the upbeat power core faux punk screamo coming from the PA was making that a little difficult. The entire school's worth of students was crammed into the bleachers, forced to listen to representatives from some soda company who were given some sort of faux inspirational presentation about overcoming limits and the power of positive thinking down below on the temp stage erected in the middle of the basketball court. They were going on for some time.
Okay. So are we on the bleachers or are we telling
Yes,
the
we're
story
currently
in the direction?
we're on the bleachers telling the story right now. We're back in time. Listen to speech.
I couldn't see any such thing.
It'd be EACH. Okay. You get off the bleachers. The music wheezed out. Okay. The music wheezed out of the speakers, and I hated it so much. So listen to speech. You spelled speech incorrectly.
No, I didn't.
It's got an A.
No, it does not. Speech does not have an A. Speech is 2 E's, John.
Dang
The
it.
expression.
You're right. Okay.
Why? Don't tell me,
Okay.
sir.
All right.
These I did not want to listen to the speech.
Okay. Look at speakers. Look at speakers. The PA. Hold on. The PA system. Black
industrial. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, because they're talking in this one. Black industrial bricks, approximately the size and weight of a mature polar bear, but, you know, not the color, because polar bears are white. At the time, they were pumping forth truly awful music.
I will say that their skin is actually black. It's their hairs that are white because they reflect the light. But they're actually translucent.
Can you break PA system?
Maybe.
Violence wasn't the answer to this one. Can you say exits? Type exits. I just want to see if that will tell us where we're going. Nope. Okay.
Listen to rep.
What was it? Yeah, presentation. Presentation is what it is, or representatives. Yeah. I heard nothing unexpected. Leave auditorium, audinasium.
How do you spell that?
It's
Audinasium.
Okay. Just hit leave. Okay. Down. Because we're in the bleachers still. I can go that way. Okay. Shout. You yell on the spot fruitlessly. I thought for a second about what I was carrying. Maybe I had something to listen to instead of the corp rock. Okay, inventory. There we go. Good tips. Thank you. It occurred to me that I had a Walkman with some good music in it. Aardvark's tape. I could try to listen to my own music. Okay, so yeah, listen to Walkman. I like this. I couldn't. Well, I could have, but it would just get taken away by one of the school administrators because they would have seen my headphones. They're ridiculously strict about that sort of thing, y'all. The soda company representative grabbed some microphones and spoke over the music. Oh, they were going to be throwing some free hats to the students who hooted the loudest. What frivolity and fun this mandatory assembly was turning out to be. So we need to hook up the stuff to the speakers. I let out an embarrassed hoot. The hat throwing representative's eyes flickered toward me, but she didn't even start to throw the hat toward me. Yeah, that's it. You can do better than that. You can be loud. Loudly hoot. Hoot loud. Just said hoot loud. I hooted loudly, conspicuously, man. The soda representative saw me. She seemed to think I was being slightly sarcastic about my hooting, however, nobody else hooted at all. So she half sighed and tossed the hat at me. Get hat. Mike wants an impromptu haiku. I made a leap at the hat and I definitely snagged the hat out of the air. It was very impressive, really. Should have been there. I put the hat on despite its ridiculousness. Oh god. Hold on. Let's get a quick haiku, Nick. It's time for a haiku. No greater feeling than the stories told in text, played to by dear friends. This has been a haiku. Nick.
Alright.
Okay, we wore that.
So we're
hat.
wearing the bad hat.
Look at the hat real quick. Let's look at the hat. The word hype was emblazoned on it, and it was a one-size-fit-all polyester snowboarder hat that covers the ears, which seems unnecessary in Louisiana in October, when the weather's 90 degrees. Neon green and orange is truly a bad hat. The music dripped out of the speakers, slowly driving me insane. I was carrying my car keys and my Walkman. I was wearing a truly bad hat in my normal clothes.
Okay.
So we gotta find a way to get...
Oh, the hat can hide the buds.
Oh, the earbuds, yeah. Okay, so take off hat. Put Walkman in hat. Or I guess, yeah, wear headphones. With the hat on, I was able to sneak my headphones under it, out of view of the administrators. I had to press the play button on my Walkman. Finally, some real tunes drowned out the horrible core rock playing over the PA. Granted, the only tape I had was our demo. Aardvark's, that is. But if I don't like the music, who does, right? Let's see, okay. So now, yeah, now you got the Lewis, Amanda, and Paul are gazing at you, yeah.
Slightly concerned. A bunch of balloons float above the drum kit, remnants of a recent gig. So it's you.
So you listen to music during an assembly? It's a bit weird that you listen to your own music, but whatever. What, did one of the administrators catch you? Is that why you're freaking out? Paul's oh, sorry.
Paul's questions are astute, a rarity for Paul. 1, try to make the next part not sound crazy. 2, alright, maybe a little crazy. After all, it was a little crazy. 3, why don't they see what's really going on? So, 1?
No. Why don't they see what's really going on, man? We're freaking out. You don't understand. Are you in on this? Listen, did you drink any hype? This is very important. Did any of you drink hype?
Lewis and Amanda look at each other in concern. Paul answers slowly.
No. Ooh. Okay, good. Listen, it was like this.
You're telling the story.
The entire school's worth of students is crammed into the bleachers, forced to listen to representatives from some soda company, been given some sort of faux inspirational presentation about overcoming the limits and the power of positive thinking down below on the 10th stage right in the middle of the basketball court. They've been going on for some time, but appear to be wrapping up. Okay. The speaker leaned into the microphones in a way that suggested they were about to give us a special treat. All right, guys, I want you to reach under your seat, because we've got a special surprise for you. Your school is going to be the first one in the nation to try hype. So grab that icy cold can, crack it open, and get hyped. Trademark. I reached under my seat and discovered that they weren't lying. There's an icy cold can of hype soda there. Weird. Was it there that whole time? All around me, students reached under their seats and discovered cans of hype soda. The strobe lights from the stage flickered off hundreds of green and orange cans. The hideous music pumped out of the speaker's head. I wished I could have listened to anything else.
I mean, I guess we have to drink hype. Yeah?
No, watch. Wait. We're gonna wait. Oh, time to open those cans. Open the can. It wants you to open the can, yeah. I slid a fingernail under the tab and pulled, cracking open the wide mouth opening. The automnasium resounded with the sound of hundreds of cans of soda opening. Nobody wanted a free dopey hat, but a few caffeinated beverages at the end of a long day, sure. Drink, Nick. All around me, people took big swigs of hype. The presentation changed, where the screens had been cycling between generic upbeat slogans. Be a friend, live your whole life. Now they displayed the pure green and orange of Hype's cans. Wait, dump hype. Pour out hype. Okay, just wait. Let's see what happens. The core rock blared over the PA and changed somehow. It was hard to hear through my headphones and the music of Aardvark's best band. Okay, turn off, Walkman. The strobe light illuminated the stage. Hold on. And this is the okay. The strobe lights illuminated the stage, swung over the audience, and everyone even started pulsing in hype green. Students started chanting along with the music over the PA. And that's when the first girl started coughing up blood. Hold on. The music pumped out of the speakers and drove into my brain like an ice pick through the brain of Trotsky.
Yeah, you've been skipping the first lines.
Yeah, sorry. It's because time passes and like hardcore rock, yeah. Okay. Wow, wait. Then there would all do in it. All around me, students coughing up blood, still chanting, drink, hype, drink, hype, drink, hype. So I ran to my car, I drove here. But the thing is, they saw me run. They know where here is. They're coming.
Wait a second, says Amanda. How do you know they know?
How do they know? Act annoyed. We're irritated. We're on the edge.
Of glory?
Yes. Look, Amanda, we don't have time for inane questions.
Amanda looks at you closely.
How do you know where here is? And how would they know where here is? And why would they come here? What did they care? Act authoritative. We're mad. Listen to me. Don't worry about it. I'm in charge here. The important thing is that you have to come with me now. All of you. Let's go.
Lewis looks at you strangely.
Coughing up blood, you say?
Continue to encourage the band to come with you. Denied the blood coughing. Appeal to Lewis.
A bunch of blue... Wait. You actually decide completely on your own to say nothing. Interesting. So... what's in our inventory right now?
They're peering at you in horror. Oh, shit. John.
Oh boy. Look at blood.
I typed inventory.
I know.
Record it.
You attacked. Whoa.
What?
You attacked.
John,
Let's do it.
You promised uplifting.
It says this is a light sci-fi.
You attack Lewis, nails swiping at his eyes. He screams and staggers backwards, tripping over an amp and tumbling over the drum kit. Stop. Cough again, and blood cascades over the hi-hat, down into Lewis, who looks up at you dazed. Thin arms grab you around your neck in a chokehold as Amanda pulls you back.
Hit her!
He yells at Paul, who is standing bewildered and frightened. Paul grabs the first thing at hand and swings at your head. The bunch of balloons makes clean contact, bouncing off your head with a resounding kawong.
You hit her with balloons.
Yes, indeed.
The first thing at hand.
Jenny breaks free from your grasp, howling and spitting blood. Holding her hand to the side of her head where the balloons hit her, she springs through a window in the garage, and an explosion of shards and little bits of wood. Well, that was weird.
There goes Jenny. There goes Jenny. That was interesting. You just started calling... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You just started calling Lewis's garage the Aardvark Den, and it hasn't really caught on yet with the other band members, but it will. The drum kit is all askew, and some of the mic stands have been knocked. So we're in chapter 2, by the way.
Yes.
Grocery list. The mic stands have been knocked over by the scuffle, and setting sun streams in through the broken side window, but everything seems to have calmed down for now. Lewis is here, sprawled amidst the drum kit. Paul is here, holding a bunch of balloons. Looking dumbfounded.
Help Lewis.
John, look at the parser.
Yes?
Remember how before it had an arrow?
Yes.
That arrow's gone.
Help Lewis. See what happens.
Oh, maybe it was just a...
Yeah.
I only understood you as far as wanting to help.
Pick up Lewis.
Put him in my inventory.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Late autumn sun streams through the broken window, highlighting everything in a brilliant gold hue, but nothing gold can stay gold. Pony Boy, Boys of Summer, John Henley. Lewis squeaks from amidst the drum kit.
Little help. Well, I guess Jenny finally went crazy, huh? Oh, it's her, the one lady. Well, I guess Jenny finally went crazy, huh?
You reach out a hand and pull Lewis up. out of the drum kit. Lewis shakes his head. Whether he's trying to clear it or is disagreeing with you, you aren't certain. Do you want to be the voice of reason? Express your doubts about Jenny? Crack a joke? Start plotting Hype's downfall? 2? No, 4?
4. Yeah, let's do 4. All right, we need to take those mothers down.
Lewis nods, brushing himself off, but Paul raises a hand, confused, with a confused look on his face.
Yes, Paul?
You say?
Take down whose mothers? Why was Jenny spitting blood? Why did she run? What is going on? I'm confused and scared, and I think things are going too crazy, too fast. Concede the point?
I mean, I think if you concede the point, then we stop.
No, that's like, he's right that things are going too crazy, too fast.
Yeah. Do you not want to check him out?
Let's check out Lewis.
Maybe he's got a cute tush.
No, I think he's going to go crazy and attack us. Lewis, how you doing? Do you feel alright?
You eye Lewis suspiciously, keeping an eye out for flecks of blood around his mouth. Lewis wipes at his face with the back of his hand.
I'm fine, except that Jenny seems to be possessed. She attacked me, jumped through the window. My parents are going to flip about that window. They're already pissed about the cars that have been in the driveway.
Paul interrupts.
I wouldn't say possessed. I would say mind-controlled. Mike says, I was planning on checking them out next month, but this stream has made me really want to check out some IF games, so maybe I'll start tomorrow. Looks like there's some really short ones, too, that I could get through quickly. Okay.
Have you noticed the time in the upper right-hand corner, John?
What's the time in the corner? Like 5 p.m.?
Yeah, it's like 5
Our
p.m.
goal is make a plan. We're currently Amanda.
All right, so Lewis is right, possessed. Paul is right, mind-controlled. There is literally no difference. Who cares? This argument is stupid. We have to find Jenny. You're both wrong, Puppet Master.
You're both wrong, Puppet Mastered.
Okay. Does that get us to our goal of making a plan?
Wrong. This is obviously an open and shut case of puppet mastery. Or maybe pod people. No, that's stupid. Obviously, it's not pod people unless Pod Jenny was lying about the hype thing.
You trail for a second.
It doesn't matter. Whatever it is, we have to find Jenny. We have to find her and save her. And do that, to do that, we're going to need 3 things.
Transport, defense, a weapon. So where do you want to start?
A defense. The most important
Paul
thing...
raises his hand.
No, the most important
go
thing
ahead.
is some sort of defense against the puppets. Possessed? Lewis mutters. Oh, sorry, you can see Lewis mutters. Sorry, Nick. Dude, mind-controlled, hypnotize these, control lights.
Paul is less subtle about muttering.
Puppets! Maybe if we could, I don't know, like some sort of mallet whacking thing? Or like, fire?
Paul raises his hand. Not now. Brainstorm other defenses. What, Paul?
What, Paul?
You roll your eyes.
What, Paul?
Paul thrusts the balloons in his hand at you. They are coated in glutinous, mucousy, bloody green slime where they hit Jenny.
The mind-controlled appear to have a latex allergy.
You nod. Oh my god.
All right. I'll get some latex balloons or whatever together. But there is some of at the gas and stuff.
The boys look at each other and laugh.
Yeah, there'll be some sort of latex there, sure.
Mm-hmm. Lewis nods.
Transport.
I forgot that. So we're going to go to transport.
We're also gonna need a car, something reliable. I wouldn't want to break down with the puppets around. Puppets just don't sound that menacing is the problem. Shut up, Paul!
Or hit Paul.
Shut up, Paul.
Paul, I swear to God, if you say 5 more words, that was you.
Paul, I swear to God, if you say 5 more words.
Paul raises a fist and starts extending fingers.
How about my brother's car?
He smiles, then looks at his 5 extended fingers. Whoops.
Whoops.
Sorry.
All right, fine, Paul. We'll take the car. Sorry. All right, fine. Paul will take care of the car. That leaves
The weapon.
We're gonna need some sort of weapon against these puppet masters.
Lewis raises his hand.
Dude, I bet that's copyrighted or trademarked or whatever. You can't call them puppet masters. Yes, I can.
Do what I want.
Lewis, I swear to God herself, this is not the time. Puppet Masters is fine, non-commercial and use and all. Fair play or something. See, Nick, this is better. Come on.
We need guns, lots of guns. Something Jenny said might work. Blunt instruments to the skull, obviously. Our weapon is the power of love. 2 words, time travel.
I don't know. I don't know, Nick. What do you say? We need guns, lots of guns. Let's Matrix it.
I don't remember what Jenny had said.
She said.
I don't think she said Jack.
Let's say we need guns, lots of guns. Let's Matrix it.
You bring.
Yep.
You bring your hands up, pointy fingers out.
Brat, brat, bitches! It's gun time.
I'm pretty sure that's brat, brat.
Bitches, it's gun time!
Paul raises his hand. I don't know where to get guns. Jesus, why does that keep happening?
I don't know where to get guns, and I'm not going to
Walmart,
shoot Jenny. And honestly, it's a little bit concerning. That's where your mind went first.
Lewis interrupts.
Okay, that won't work. What we need is that tape Jenny was listening to. We need the power of Aardvark to defeat the hype.
That was what she said.
One problem.
So, can we not? Oh, you want one problem?
Yeah, one problem. There's only one problem with that plan, Lewis. Please repeat what you just said. We need the power of the other part. We need the tape Jenny was listening to. Right, and where's Jenny?
Lewis looks at the shattered window. Do we go after Jenny?
I don't know, Nick. What do you think? Do we record another one? We can't.
Sure.
We don't have Jenny.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess we go after Jenny.
That's you.
We need to go after Jenny, track her down, and then we'll get the tape.
Lewis nods, but he's unsure.
How will we subdue her? I mean, won't we need to have some sort of weapon for that? The weapon is the tape, Lewis,
Says Paul.
Oh, right. So to get the tape, we need the tape.
Everyone sits in silence for a moment.
If only we had the other tape.
Sighs Lewis. Everyone stares at him.
I may have dubbed it, maybe, and given it to someone. Look, it doesn't matter who I give it to. I'll get it back, all right?
1 second, John. I'm going to take a very brief break.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay, Nick. Let's watch Nick go. Goodbye, Nick. Hi, folks. How are you doing? I hope you're all doing well. You know, let's talk about that cat game for a second. Here's the thing. A cat spouting scripture is slightly absurd and silly, and the game was just like, no, we're leaning in. Nope. It's very serious. This cat shouting scriptures is very serious business. And for me, I was like, this is wacky! And then I was like, oh god, it took a very dark turn. This, on the other hand, very wacky. I like it. I don't know. There's part of me that very much is like, I don't need the dark. I don't need it. The world is dark enough as it is right now. I don't need that darkness. I need some respite from the darkness. Because that was wow. I may revisit it solo, but I was very, very I'm very curious to know how this is going to go, you know, like overall, because we've gone through 2 games. We've played 2 games so far out of the 70. I don't know how that's going to end. There's a lot going on, but I've enjoyed it so far. I mean, Mike, you're right that modern interactive fiction is very different than the stuff in the Infocom days. I'm enjoying it though. I can respect both styles. What's interesting about interactive fiction or interactive fiction versus early Infocom games is that the early Infocom games they're Mark Blank says it wonderfully. They are puzzles. They're games. They're fluff. You get hit with a brain teaser and you have to solve it, which gives you the prize that you need, a series of prizes that you need to get to the end game, which is a big puzzle. To get access to the end game and get a big puzzle that leads to the finale, right? That's essentially what it is a breakdown. And all of these are very much more trying to have a better narrative, although I do think that the first one... Hi, Nick. Welcome back. The first one...
I needed Sabrina to know that the camera was working.
Okay. Because she's not wearing any clothes.
No, she was. I just wanted to eliminate the possibility that could happen.
Ah, okay. Well, 4x4 Archipelago was more of a game than it was like a heavy
text-based adventure game. It didn't feel like a text-based adventure game.
What, 4x4 Archipelago?
Yeah.
It didn't feel like a text adventure game. It felt more like an adventure game. More like just a game.
It was an RPG.
Yeah,
more like an RPG.
Like a Sid Meier's Pirates kind of thing. You know, like a kind of a weird Sim RPG.
It was a procedurally generated open world RPG.
In text form.
That used text rather than graphics.
Which is interesting. And it's actually sounded very beefy. Like, in all honesty, that feels more like a commercial game. You know? It feels like it was very substantial. But yeah, I was talking to Mike about the cat game being like, a cat shouting scripture is very silly in my head.
It is very silly, and like even it's saying like really screwed up stuff is sort of still silly.
That a cat is saying it. We can see this, by the way, Nick, whatever you're doing.
Oh, that's good to know. Well, you're about to have meta. Can you still see it?
Yes. There, it's gone now. There you go. So here's the thing, is that there you go, Nick. I can hear me though. I can hear it though.
Shouldn't be possible.
You have the sound on.
Sorry.
So the thing is, the big thing is that it's that weird tonal difference that causes this. It's that weird. I hear myself.
You shouldn't be able to hear yourself.
Do you have sound coming out of your thing?
I hear myself. No, I don't. It is entirely muted. Like I have it off.
Sound coming out of close. Do you need the? Are you looking for chat, Nick? You should close that.
Like I have it. Can you still hear it?
Yeah.
Like that makes no sense.
Chat, Nick? You should close that.
The audio is off.
So what you need to do, or what you can do, is when you open it up, in the chat, there's a little gear that says chat settings. You can just do that and hit pop out.
But why? Nah, I'm not gonna bother.
Okay.
Why could you hear yourself?
I don't know.
That makes no sense.
That is weird.
Because I couldn't hear it on my headphones. I couldn't hear it on my computer. I couldn't hear it at all.
Yeah.
So there was nothing. Like it's not my mic was picking it up.
That's weird. But yeah, that tonal difference, it sets an expectation that this is going to be something silly, even though the description clearly says it's not going to be. That it's like a dark and gruesome horror.
Which I'm fine with that. Like the absurdity was fine.
Yeah.
It was literally the thing that crossed the line for me was the
yeah. Well,
child rape.
I have to see if those things serve any purpose or point. I have to kind of know where that story goes. Like, what's the point of this? You know?
I'm pretty sure that's just window dressing, friend.
I was very much interested in where that story is going to go, but I was very much like, that's not
okay.
We ain't doing that here.
No.
Not on the channel.
I mean, I would argue that there's very little wiggle room for that being okay.
This is true.
I would that like it is like whenever that comes up, I have very
they've already established there's a certain point where they have already established that the church is evil and corrupt and horrible.
Yeah, I mean, you have like
inhumane.
the statues of Mammon that give indulgences. You have the murdering of the cats. You have the obese and corrupt official. Like you've already gone for it. You didn't have to like go the distance. And it's not like the movie. Not that I think you should ever do this in video game form, but the movie about the Washington Post or what have you, Spotlight. Is that what it was called?
I have no idea.
Where they found the evidence, supporting that there were priests who were doing that.
Yeah,
like that, telling a story that is inspired by fact, that is fine. But like, I feel like you gotta be so careful.
Nick, we're in a situation now where your screen is all weirdly disproportionate. Oh, geez.
That better?
Yes, hold on. Yeah, let me just fix this here.
I'm looking at what you're looking at.
There. Yeah,
That's
so it's I just think that it was a situation where it's like you've already set that tone. You don't need to continue this conversation. Especially
you don't need to do that.
Yeah, and like I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll have to see how that goes. I'll talk to you about it later.
Yeah, I don't think smacking a content warning on it makes it forgivable.
You're right.
I like it. I mean, that's certainly better than just springing it on someone, but
yeah,
I don't think that makes it okay.
Because
it literally, like, my issue with it is that this isn't I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but like, I don't think that overall this game is really a serious, that it's a serious look into the Catholic Church and its corruption. It is just going for atmosphere, and like, there obviously is some shade being cast at the Catholic Church, for good reasons. But like, if you're just going to make the like just the irredeemable harm, the irrevocable harm done to a child, window dressing for your story.
It's what's interesting is that like there is something about that is, it's strange, right? Because like, even though there's no real child involved in that, right? We have to decompress this for a second, because for me this was actually slightly traumatic. Let's take a second to decompress here, Nick.
Sure.
I know for the 3 viewers who are very interested in this, I know. But let's talk about this for a second.
That's why they're here.
When we talk about a depiction of this, right? Even though there's no real child doing this, the act is not real. It is fictitious.
Well, yeah,
it's all
fiction.
Crafted by the author of this. Does that make it excusable? Does it make it acceptable?
So, given how sexual assault and things are often depicted, in medium, I don't think so. And I part of my issue here is that, so it's the same issue that I often have with rape in particular. But as it's represented often in media, is that it is a thing that is done, but doesn't, like, it isn't done to a person in a narrative in a way that like it informs their story or has anything to do with them. But
It's
it has
just
something
a
to do
description.
typically with like a different male character more often than not.
Yeah.
So like in this case, literally our priest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it is a thing that is done to someone else in order to inspire action on the part of a different male actor. So like you'll have somebody's wife who is raped, but that the story has nothing to do with her and like the implications that has for her and the things she wants and the way, to recovery for her because of the act that happened and her search for justice. It has everything to do with her husband's search for vengeance.
Yeah, you're right. So it's interesting that if you are to cover that information in that topic, to do so from the perspective of a victim versus a person who is just passing by and notices.
A person who passes by and notices, or a person who is then inspired to act because of it. Like, it depends. The primary issue I have with it, I mean, having it be a kid is, I mean, again, that's an important thing to cover. I'm not going to say that it's impossible for video games to cover that sort of thing. I think it's very hard. I don't think that was about to do a good job of it. But
yeah,
I think, and that's also like it's a hard, like, I would never do it. That is like, of the topics that if I were to write a book of the topics I would cover, that is not one.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do it. And it's not because it doesn't exist. Like, I mean, people have argued that the reason rape and things exist in like Game of Thrones, which I'm not a big fan of.
Oh, not a fan of it all.
That it's there is because it happened in history. And I'm like, you know what didn't happen in history? Dragons. Dragons didn't happen in history. So we're making choices about what we're going to include and what we're not.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that like eliminating rape in this fictitious past makes it, you know, somehow less patriarchal or what have you. But I do think that if the function of rape is to elevate male characters or to give them something to do, then it ends up being
it's got to have some kind of purpose, and it has to be a function more related directly towards the subject matter, instead of just being an impetus for somebody else, a third party, or to be just window dressing, you know?
Yeah, it can't be about a male character trying to or I mean, I suppose any third party, but often they're male, trying to gain some, you know, vengeance over a person who did something to, you know, typically it's someone with less power, political power in this case.
What a roller coaster, Nick.
Oh yeah, I mean, I will also say this game legitimately creeped me out, and I don't, not the other one. I mean, that gave me like a very sinking feeling as I saw what was about to happen.
Yeah.
Like when my brain processed what was about to happen, I was like, no, gotta stop that. That's bad.
Yeah.
This had something that was actually rather jarring that I think you miss, because you weren't typing it.
Oh, the lack of agency?
Well, not just that. Like, I typed something and it didn't happen.
I know.
Like,
you lost control.
Like, what the fudge is that?
That's a great effect. That's a great effect.
That's brilliant. I think that's brilliant, because there was literally a moment where I double ticked. Like, I was like, what? I didn't do the thing. I'm doing what now?
Yeah, like you're coughing up blood. Like, what? You're like, look. That's also true.
And normally when, so in a graphical game, the way this would be done is you try to act and then it goes to a cutscene.
Yeah.
But a cutscene in an interactive game feels very, you're disassociated from the action. It's no longer interactive. You're not interacting with it anymore. But because text-based adventure games are, I give input, I then read. When I gave input and then I didn't get something related to the thing I inputted, I got put into what was the text version of a cutscene.
I don't think in this case that's the case, though, Nick, because the whole purpose and point of this is to say that the hype is making you lose control, that you're being controlled.
No. I understand that, but what I'm saying is that in a graphical game, you feel, as the player, you would feel some level of distance.
Yeah.
Typically.
Yeah.
Because your character's now freaking out. You have no control over
it. It's just that you're watching a cutscene.
You're watching a cutscene. You're watching effectively a movie.
Yeah.
But in this case, because the cutscene effectively happens in text, as all of the things do.
Yeah.
I still felt like I was, if not the agent, a person trying to act and then had lost control.
Lost control. It's also from that character's perspective, right? This character's perspective of their own internal memories or thoughts being like, I want to do something else and I cannot. I am coughing. I am attacking.
You go to say something.
I go to kill Lewis.
And you check inventory. It doesn't even put it there.
Nope.
Like it didn't. That freaked me out. Like
Yeah.
there was literally a moment where my brain went, "Where is inventory?"
This is
Like I
true.
was searching for it, and then
Yeah.
like had that weird sinking feeling of what is going on,
Like,
what is happening.
what did this do instead? Yeah.
That was brilliant. I think
It's very
that's
good.
great.
And it
I
also,
like this game.
not only that, because it affects the narrative itself, and also then helps itself to effectively convey this sense of helplessness. It's interesting.
I think this game is doing a really good job of being a goofy thriller. I think there are times where it's actually quite creepy and eerie, and then other times where it's quite funny.
I'm getting a little bit of like the world at World's End. You know, if you ever seen that, it's really good.
Yes, the end of the Cornetto trilogy.
Yes, of course. All right, sorry, we need to.
We need to not take an hour per every one of these 70 games.
I know, right? He dubbed it. He's gonna get it. Don't worry about it. He'll get it back. All right. All right. So do we say rousing speech, quietly encouraging speech, or we're gonna die?
One.
Okay. Yes, one. All right. So how does this go? You open up an amp. You raise a fist. Friends, countrymen, members of Aardvark.
I didn't realize he was gonna go Mark Antony on their asses. Lewis and Paul raise their fists too.
Puppet masters, or demons, or mind-controlled type people. Puppet masters have taken over our school. They can have those dipshits never liked them anyways. But they've taken over Jenny. And we need her, because you guys won't let me sing lead. And without a lead singer, we've got no Aardvark. And without Aardvark...
And here you pause to knuckle away a tear.
Well, let me tell you, there will be an Aardvark.
Aardvark.
I'm getting the latex. Lewis, you're getting the tape. Paul, we're counting on you for the car. Then we meet back here, okay?
All right. You want to get the latex?
Let's get the latex first.
All right. We just go to a condom store. That's a thing, right?
Yes.
As you hurry off into the quiet streets, too quiet, you can't help but wonder if you'll ever see your friends again. Press any key.
Fetch quests.
Goal to get some latex.
Oh, we can switch too.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Do you want to?
No, let's finish this first. See where this goes.
All right. Good thing Lewis's house is walking distance to the gas and stuff. Too bad it's not within walking distance of store of better repute. Within walking distance, yeah.
Of a store. Of better
yeah.
repute. Yeah.
Yeah. Beggars can't be choosers. However, and people fighting evil puppet master alien things also can't be choosers. The gas and stuff is brightly lit by rows of fluorescent lights, shining down on corresponding rows of convenience store items. Coolers line one wall. The back of the store has soft drink and freezy machines, along with an elderly hot dog roller grill, and behind the counter by the door are the illicit items. Now, to find the latex. Where would they keep balloons at a convenience store? By the cat food? A rather large, rather bored man stands behind the counter at the register. Ask
Yeah. Ask a man for
man
condoms.
for condoms. Say hello.
Talk to.
Talk
Okay.
to man.
Cashier.
Cashier. I require balloons.
No.
I'm gonna say
No. What?
balloons, please.
You haven't.
You draw your
read-
breath.
Excuse me, sir.
Whoops, that was a weird thing to say.
Sir. Fine, sir.
Oh man, that's even worse.
Need some help, miss?
I'm gonna say balloons, please.
No. Balloon? Say balloon with question mark, please. I need balloon. Balloons. And lots of them.
Probably could have been more eloquent there, but screw it. Fate of the world, no time.
Balloons? I don't have any balloons, miss. What you need a balloon for anyway?
I mean, we're definitely getting condoms. I don't know why it's
That's the joke, Nick.
I know, but like it's really
Latex, my good man. Latex is key to it's the material of the future.
You lean forward and whisper like the old guy in the old movie where young Rain Man sleeps with that old lady.
Latex.
The cashier looks at you funny.
Latex, huh? Well, have I got a product for you?
The clerk reaches behind himself and plunks down a box of condoms onto the counter.
Only $6.99.
Buy condoms. Oh.
Inventory.
Inventory.
Open wallet.
Open wallet.
Look at wallet.
Look at wallet.
$6.99. Are you out of your mind? You have $1.85. No, $1.87 nestled into the folds of your handmade duct tape wallet. Give man money. Okay. Look around again. Oh, take condoms. You want to just take them and run?
That was my plan.
Run! Oh, out. You attempt to bolt out the door right under the nose of the clerk. The clerk decides you gotta pay for those. I'm definitely gotta pay for something at some point. Oh, we need to switch it. We need to switch them with something else. Like take the condoms out and put them in something else we can afford. Look at shelves. Okay, just look real quick. We gotta look again.
Can we do something with the elderly hot dog roller grill?
Look at grill. Look at grill.
Slip some condoms on some dogs.
Condom dogs.
Condom dogs.
I think that was an old Pick and Save commercial. Look at grill, yeah.
The hot dog roller grill has seen better days. There is a line of rolling, cooking, greasy wieners on the front roller, but there's some sort of crevices on the back roller where it looks like the grill was hit by a baseball bat or a sledgehammer or stepped on by an elephant. There's a handwritten sign taped to the grill that says front roller only.
Get hot dog?
Get hot dog.
Okay. Open box or condom box. Okay. Put condoms on hot dog.
You're losing.
Okay. Look at soda machine.
There's a sign on the Coke machine scrawled in a ballpoint read sign.
Yeah.
Fontaine is broke. Sorry, management. Ask cashier if there is a bathroom. I know it won't do this. Bathroom?
No, because you have to say, like, you just talk to in its dialogue options. Look at Freezy machine.
Freeze full it?
That's correct. Edgar, 3 months, my friends.
Hello,
Woo, getting
Edgar.
old. How are you doing, Edgar?
The freezing machine has one flavor. The flavor is red. On the front of the machine is a lever to start dispensing frozen carbonated sugar water. There's a hand-lettered sign on the machine. All freezies for only 97 cheap. So put it in a cup and
put
then
'em in the
get
cup.
some freezies.
Yeah, that's it. Yes. Put condoms in cup.
Condoms in cup. Hello, Edgar.
It's good to see you, Edgar. How are you? Thank you so much for the subscription, man. Get cup. There. Now put it in. Also, just in from a super late work night and about to crash. Wanted to pop in, let you know I love your faces. We love your faces too, Edgar. All 16 of them.
Indeed. Do we want to fill it with Freezy?
Yes, absolutely. Fill cup. Okay, hold on. Oh, pull lever.
You glance over your shoulder at the clerk, who had been eyeing the back of your head intently. Now he's eyeing the front of your head intently. You blush and quickly turn around and don't pull the lever. Way too risky. You're being observed.
Oh, you have to make a distraction. Oh, the hot dogs. Put the hot dog on the back roller. You're not supposed to. There's a crevice. It's gonna burn or something crazy. Have a good night, Edgar. The hot dog on the crevice. Okay.
Throw hot dog at cashier.
Yeah.
Run.
There you go. Throw a hot dog at cashier.
It is hot.
Yeah. And a dog. And a dog.
Dang.
No, put it in the crevice. Why can't we do that? Did it say no?
It did.
We just said put it on the back roller. Put it in crevice.
Excuse me. Oh, okay.
See, that was what I was
Sorry.
saying. It's like it doesn't do anything when you put it on it. You gotta put it in it.
All right.
Yeah, because it's gonna burn. That's what I was saying. See? There we go. Oh, don't worry about it. All right, now put pull lever.
Glance over your shoulder at the clerk, who had been eyeing the back of your head intently. Now he's eyeing the front of your head intently. You blush and quickly turn around and don't pull the lever. Way too risky. You're being observed. Left yourself condoms in a Freezy cup. Normally you only put Freezy in a Freezy cup. The hot dog in the crevice catches on fire. Thick plumes of black smoke boil out of the flaming tube meat.
Now do
The
it.
clerk
Okay.
notices the hot dog fire. Not again. I specifically put that sign there for a reason. He rushes over the roller grill, carrying a partially singed towel.
Okay, now pull the lever.
Pull lever. Pull the Freezy lever and let a joyous bounty of red frozen carbonated sugar cascade over the box of condoms, quickly concealing it from prying human eyes. Now that's what you call a
Trojan
bravo. Brava. Brava. That's pretty great. The clerk starts beating at the hot dog fire. I don't think that's a joke, but I still find it amusing. He's
It's a hot
beating
dog in a
his
hallway.
meat. Yeah. He appears to be doing nothing about fanning the flames. Hey, clerk.
No, buy
talk to
Freezy.
clerk.
Bye, Freezy.
Buy Freezy. Sweating slightly, you now have 90 cents in your wallet. Your ruse worked. Clerk continues beating at the flames with this towel.
Yep, now just leave.
You start to leave the confusion and smoke, but the clerk stops you. Don't worry, I'll be right up to check you out, he grunts, slapping on his fire.
Oh.
Just as soon as this small conflagration is under control.
Uh-oh. Did we break it? Wait. Just wait. See what happens. I wonder if we broke it. Flames die out. Is it due to the heroic action of the clerk or the fact that the hot dog is now a charred husk? You don't know. Clerk beaming with pride walks back to the register, humming Queens, We Are the Champions. Bye, Freezy. Nope. Okay, now leave. Let's see what happens. Okay.
That's weird.
You had to wait. Whatever.
You exit the gas and stuff, victoriously carrying the Freezy. with the condoms nestled inside. Now to regroup with the guys, attack the school, and save the freaking day. Puppet Masters beware, pressing the key. Please type, switch to Lewis.
Lewis.
So all right. So you've so the one thing that I dislike about that actually is that if you're gonna give me the ability to switch between the two, I feel like, or the three, I feel like there should be interlocking puzzles.
That's something that
somehow-
happens in like Day of the Tentacle or in Maniac Mansion, but I think in this instance, its intention is that if you're feeling stuck, you can move to something
You
else.
can just leave.
You can
Yeah.
move on to another story.
So, all right. So you've got to get that mixtape back from that one girl you gave it to. It's not a big deal. I mean, she'll probably be cool about it. I mean, she didn't seem too into it when you gave it to her, but her locker is next to yours, and her house is sort of near yours. So it would be cool if she just listened to your band, right? And then who knows? Hey, why are all these cars here? Is that girl having a party and she didn't invite you? I mean, you're like locker neighbors. That one girl's house is thumping with music and cars are parked all over the street. Definitely a party. There's a jock standing in the doorway of the house, nodding at people as they enter the house. Toilet paper festoons a tree outside, partially blocking the view of a second-story window, from which thin tendrils of smoke are emerging. So do we want
Climb tree.
to climb tree? Climb tree. You attempt to climb the tree, but the branches are really much too high to reach. You need some sort of rope or ladder or rope ladder. Now, where could you get such a thing? There's not really any stores around, except for that convenience store.
That one convenience store. Inventory.
You are
Okay.
empty-handed.
All right, so enter house.
You try to enter the house and party. I suppose you try to enter the house party, but the jock in the doorway blocks you, and you are... Paul?
Say Lewis.
Lewis.
Say Lewis.
Say Lewis.
Okay, talk to Jack.
Jock. Why?
Let's
we
lie. Yeah.
Good evening, fine sir. I'm selling these fine leather jackets. Would the lady of the house be home?
That is a
He's not-
Monkey Island reference.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Look, if you could just scooch aside for a minute, I'll pop in and be out of your hair. It's cool. It doesn't look like he thinks it is cool. No, it's cool. Jordan asked me to come. Sell leather jackets? You know Jordan?
Explain the locker neighbor thing, though. She's a fan of Aardvark.
She digs my band, right, Aardvark? You might have heard of us. Maybe she was playing our mixtape, The Jock Snorts. Yeah, I heard about that mixtape. Get out of here, dude. Oh, jeez. Oh.
Oh, no. So look around. Let's take a look. It is indeed a Monkey Island reference. Of course, Lip. Come on. This is a very good Monkey Island reference.
Outside that one girl's house.
So we have to go to the gas and stuff. So go to gas and stuff.
Desperation. Desperation is the only reason for anyone to come to the gas and stuff. Desperation and freezies, and maybe some sort of tree climbing rope. The gas and stuff is brightly lit by rows of fluorescent lights, shining down on corresponding rows of convenience store items. The middle of the store is taken up by a pallet of hype soft drinks, apparently newly delivered. The place reeks of smoke, apparently some malfunctioning hot dog roller grill. A clerk stands behind the counter, shaking his head
Talk to
and
clerk.
sipping a coffee. Talk to clerk. Hey man, do you have like a stepladder or something around here? You holler at the cashier. He looks at you puzzled.
Climbing batons?
Is that what we want?
Yes.
The cashier blinks and peers at you. This is a convenience store? Convenience store? You filed that one under probably not ladder.
Rope?
The cashier gazes at you wanly. We don't sell those. Try the lumberyard, but it's closed right now. Rope. 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 The cashier shakes his head. He takes a sip of his drink. He shakes his head again. Rope. Pause. No. No rope.
Can't say nothing. Look. look at hype.
There's a pipe?
Hype. Hype.
I'm not hearing what you're saying, man.
Hype.
Oh, hype.
Hype.
The pallet has been dumped in the middle of the store, blocking thoroughfare quite thoroughly. The orange and green labels of the cans blare hype, and a garish sign in the same color scheme says, "Get hyped, 50 cents. Apparently, hype can be enjoyed warm."
Buy hype.
Oh no. Oh no. Look, we all know that the clerk is going to sell you what you need. We need to persuade him somehow.
Okay, get hype.
You grab a hype from the pallet. It vibrates enticingly in your hand. You need something that will help you climb a tree, like pitons or jetpack or rope or something like a rope.
Okay. Huh. Look at pallet. Okay. Alright. Huh. I just want to give it to the guy and have him go
You
crazy.
want to look at Paul? Switch to Paul.
Yeah, switch to Paul.
Sunset Point. Well, it took a little bit to find your brother in the car. I mean, this could have been the first place you looked. It probably wasn't most logical, but this place doesn't have hamburgers like the first place you looked. And it doesn't have tacos like the second place you looked. It doesn't have hamburgers and tacos in the same restaurant like the third place you looked. Maybe you should have skipped the first two places and went straight to the third. Nevertheless, here you are at Sunset Point. It's a little jut of land, a point really, where you can see the sunset. Sometimes cars come here to park to see the sunset, and sometimes a little bit more. And indeed, there's the car that you share with your brother. The town busybody old ladies really hate it. So there is a sign by the payphone that's stationed by the front of this little park that claims park hours are from dawn to 30 minutes before dusk, enforced by police. But there's never any police here to enforce it, except that there's a cop car here tonight, actually parked right alongside the fountain underneath a big tree.
Okay. Open car. Okay. Hold on. 30 minutes before dusk. Enforced by police.
You want to talk to the cop?
Look at wallet. Let's see what's in our wallet. Okay,
So
it's
your
there.
wallet, normally it contains money. Actually, that's a lie. Perhaps that should read, optimally it contains money.
Okay. So talk to cop, yeah.
You can't think of anything to say on that topic.
Okay.
Break window?
No, this is a payphone, right?
Yeah.
Look at payphone. It's one word.
Payphone is old and battered, but you know that it still works. You had to use that one last month. Do you want to call your brother?
Call mom. Yeah, let's do that. Call mom.
I mean, you could, but you would need a quarter, and let's be honest. You really want to be the proverbial brother who calls the parents when you need your brother to leave the car that he is busily engaged. Oh,
look in car. Okay. I see. Back of the window door says, hit car again. The cop's radio crackles, briefly awakening her. Then it's silent and she falls back asleep. Oh, the cop car. Wait, what now? Oh, the cop is female, I'm guessing?
There's a muffled shout from inside. Something like,
Okay.
"Go away, Paul." Your brother's
Paul.
car rocks on. It shocks. Someone or something needs to stop him. For common decency for the children, but not you. Gross. Someone else. Gross.
Okay, talk to cop.
Talk to cop.
Oh, hold on. Maybe they're not currently here. Go to fountain. No?
Why'd you say fountain?
Because they're by a fountain. Oh, why don't we look at the... Is it a wishing fountain? Maybe that's where we can get our quarter. I'm getting some Willie Beamish vibes in this one. Not getting fountain. Look at fountain.
Sometimes people make a wish. The wishes from before are all about one thing. The wishes afterwards are about the consequences. The wish quarters lie at the bottom.
There you go.
You roll up your sleeve real quick and snatch a wish quarter from the fountain. You hope you ruined one of the before wishes and not one of the after wishes.
And now we call the cops because the cops asleep in the car, and they're only rousing because of the radio. So you have to call the cops. Explain calmly and rationally. Oh my God! Please listen to me. You have to listen to me, please. Blood everywhere.
Take a deep breath.
Sob quietly.
They're not going to do what we need, John. You sob quietly to yourself. You consider for a moment what to say next, but instead the voice on the phone continues. Press 4, or you can press 5 and dial your party's extension now, or press 0 to hear other options again.
Actually, these options should be arranged 1 to 5 and then 0. This arrangement is totally bothering your OCD.
Your brother car rocks and it shocks.
Yeah.
0.
No. 7.
What was 7?
Actually, these options should be arranged 1 to 5 and then 0. This arrangement is totally bothering your OCD. 0. No, you gotta do 6 for 0.
You press 0. If this is an emergency, hang up and dial 911. Non-emergency, press 1 to leave a message. If you would like to hear the station's normal working hours. Do we want to say it's an emergency?
If you'd like to be connected with our after-hours answering service,
Is this an emergency?
oh, press 3.
What's 3?
If you would like to know if what you're doing right now is illegal,
I see.
press 3.
At the very least, misuse of public resources like this automated message system is a misdemeanor punishable by a $25 fine. Please submit check.
We have to look at the cop car. I bet you it has an extension there. Maybe to call the cop directly?
The patrol car is parked beneath a big tree. This is unusual. Usually there is an uneasy truce surrounding Sunset Point. Teens don't get into gangland brawls at the point and try to keep their drug smoking to a minimum of illegality. And the cops' part of the bargain is that they stay their pervy butts away from the boot knocking. No one has actually ever heard a cop actually agree to this agreement, but everyone knows it exists. The patrol car's lights are off. There's a police officer slouched over the front seat. Beside her is a radio and a nightstick. A bird calls in the distance, calling out to another bird. Maybe you should call someone. Well, we had already tried.
Okay, call the cops again.
You would, and that's a toll-free car, but isn't there some sort of law about calling for a non-emergency? I mean,
so let's just call cops, and let's see what the options are again. So call cops, and then oh, you have to go get another quarter. Get quarter because we used it. Remember? Okay, now call cops. All right, 0. Let's see what the options are again. Oh,
Sorry.
6. All right, so let's see. If you'd like to be connected with our after-hour answering service, press 4. Press 4.
You press 4, the phone pauses for an instant, then a longer instant, then a really long instant. Can instants be longer than instantaneous? Pondering that keeps you from losing hope and hanging up during the non-instantaneous instant. Finally, there is a brief ring and a crackle of static as the line is picked up. Central After Hours Answering Service. Can I explain calmly, please?
Explain calmly and rationally.
That's not going to work.
What?
They're going to hang up on us. You almost start to speak, but then you pause for a second. Press any key. Press any key. Hello, anyone there? Oh, wow. There's actually a person. Oops, better say something.
Tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Why?
Because your brother's having sex in public.
That's not, I don't think that's what it means. In a movie, this would be a montage or maybe a dramatic shot from outside of the booth with the camera swooping around as you gesticulate wildly, and the music swells, and you can't really hear what you would be saying, but you could see the look on your face as it changes from doubt and fear to increasing righteous passion and power, and a smile at the end as you wrap up and say thank you, which the camera catches and can clearly be lip read, and then you hang up. Well, that actually went really well. I guess I was wrong. There's a squawk from the police radio from the police car, and then a scramble of movement inside. The police officer rushes out of the car, stumbling, wildly gesticulating with the nightstick. She raps against the window of your brother's car, and there's a scrambled movement from inside there. Then there is a burst of car door opening and continuing scrambled movement. His brother exits the car post haste, along with his companion. His companion goes one way, he goes the other. The keys to the car go up for a smallish instant, then down semi-permanently, and the police officer zigs after your brother, then zags after the companion, then zigs back, then zags back, then gives up, and then appears to decide that she did a good job, nods to herself, and climbs back into the police car, almost immediately dozes off again. Well, that also actually went really well.
There we go.
And how satisfying that you solved the puzzle of how to get the car without any real issues or trouble. It's been actually a while since you've done something, but so much happened in response to that last thing that you did, it actually freaks you out a bit.
Yeah, we did it. We got the car. Yeah, take keys.
So you bend down to take the keys and almost have them in your grasp when a squirrel streaks down from a tree, grabs the key. Oh, come on. Told you that the keys were down
So we get
permanently.
food. Look.
The hot dog?
Shake tree. Shake tree. No, okay. Well, what can we do in this situation, right? Like, so we got the keys.
I mean, can we get something from the convenience store?
Can we go there? I guess so, right? We all walked there, so...
So the gas and stuff is brightly intermittently lit, blah, blah, blah. The clerk is missing. Maybe this is now a pay what you want situation.
Yeah. Yeah. No, get hot. Oh, hold on a second. There's a large pallet of hype soft drink in the middle of the store, smeared with blood, cartons torn asunder, and worst of all, the hot dog roller appears to be on the fritz again, filling the air with smoke.
Huh. Fun.
Look at, grill.
Hey, when this place got trashed, it looks like some of those latex products ended up in the roller grill. Hopefully that's not what broke it again.
Okay. Clerk's missing. What can we get? Because I think like there's gotta be Can we look at the stuff on the ground? Look at stuff on the ground, or look at what does it say? Products. No, just look at products.
Products are strewn all over the floor of the store. That would be a shame, but they're wrapped in cellophane or whatever. They're still fine.
Oh, peanuts. Get peanuts. Okay, yeah, go to car. Okay, yeah.
You start to leave the store, but the clerk is blocking the doorway. Where did he come from?
Get latex. Throw latex at clerk. Or hit latex, yeah. Or hit clerk with latex. Something like that. Clerk.
Why?
Clerk.
I want to risk the latex things.
Oh, hold on. Get a can of hype. Get hype. Okay. We gotta give him latex. Give latex to clerk. Maybe?
You look at the clerk. What would be a brain-dead, demon-possessed creature of the night or late afternoon want to talk about? Go ahead.
I said give him the latex. Okay. So what do we do here? Okay. Yeah, he just says drink hype. There's a rattling coming from the roller grill. Inventory. What's in our inventory right now? A latex things. Okay.
Hey, when this place got trash.
They're afraid of latex. Show latex to clerk. Okay. Like equip latex? Like, you know, wield them?
You stretch out your arms at the clerk, wriggling your fingers menacingly. Boogie boo boogie, you say, advancing step by step. Clerk growls uncertainly. I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you. You say, fingers closer and closer to his face. Clerk starts snapping his teeth, wrenching his neck back and forth, and you are close enough to touch the clerk's face now.
Touch clerk's face. Oh, leave then, because he's freaking out. Okay, well, hit clerk with latex again. You don't have to, they're ready when you are. Yeah, hit clerk with latex one more time.
You touch the clerk's nose, boop. The clerk screams and run away. You are now free to get into your car, pick up your friends, and save the freaking day. Hypno, fiends, beware, pressing the key.
Okay, now we're doing Lewis. Okay, so it's each one individually here. So this is just Lewis. Alright. See, that's what's weird is that, like, things didn't change here.
Yeah. We're probably gonna have to wind down soon, John. I'm losing it.
I see this, Nick. You're falling apart on me.
It's been a long day.
Alright, can you save, or is there a way to save? Type save. I don't think there is. Oh, there you go. Okay, save.
All right.
Perfect. All right, Nick.
Okay.
Thank you
I'm
for
sorry
playing with
that,
me.
I'm sorry that my
How do you get sleepy, Nick? What is this thing called
stamina.
sleep? What is this thing called sleep? How does one do this?
I mean I get like 4 hours.
Nick.
I mean I know you might get less, but
I'm just heavily
I need-
caffeinated. I drank some hype earlier, Nick.
oh, that explains the blood at the mouth.
Does so much of it right now. It's just pouring out of me. Lips is coffee.
Drink hype.
Drink hype. Drink hype. Drink hype. Okay, let's go find someone to raid. And then we will say goodnight.
Yes, and then next week we'll try to find a way to plow through more of these than just 4.
3.
Did we only do 3?
Only did 3.
You were so certain we could get through a substantial number of them.
I did. I'm not gonna lie. I did. Let's see what we got going on.
But I like that one. That one's nice.
Let's go raid Admiral J. They're doing shivers from Sierra. So let's go continue on in this journey of adventure games. Let's see.
Shiver me timbers.
Some 1, 2, raid Admiral __ J. Let's go raid them. They're a speedrunner. They're playing Shivers from Sierra. Let's go say hi to them and give them a little good old fashioned to humor. Nick, it's always a pleasure. Tomorrow night we'll be back streaming. We'll be doing Shadows of Acerbius. I wonder, Lip, are you up for Shadows of Acerbius tomorrow night? Let's see how it goes. We'll do some more of that, and then Monday we're doing a short break. It'll only take 1 stream break from Shining Force 2 to do the Hugo trilogy of adventure games. They're going to be an absolute delight. Anyways, Nick, thank you. Get some rest. I love you, Nick.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. They still see me.